Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to episode 73 of the weekly comic wrap up. Myself and a guest going to go through the FOC market report, hot topics, and let me tell you, tonight's a heavy one. In fact, if you guys saw the comment section, I pinned an invite to everybody. So just to give you a heads up, like I told you, every week I want to start talking about things related to the hobby. Yes, hot topics. We'll still talk about the MCU, DC, etc. But the hobby, let's focus on what is most important. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of people saying that new comic book day is dead. It's on life support. It's not doing well. Let's have that hard talk for real this time. I really want to get into this. If anybody wants to join myself and Pacino at the tail end of the show, feel free. I am more than happy to have this conversation with all of you guys, especially the chat. If you're in the chat, you want to hop on, you don't need to be a YouTuber. If you want to connect through your phone, you want to connect through whatever the hell it is you connect through, you're more than welcome to have this discussion. So open invite to everybody here. Now, before we get into all that, I do want to announce something to you guys. You'll find out relatively soon as well. But to those of you who actually tune in to watch me every Sunday, well, you'll be the first to know. I unfortunately will no longer be part of the Covrprice Shakers show on Thursdays. That's right. They booted me off. They said this guy is horrific. No, I'm kidding. That's not the case. Gabe and myself are actually going to swap places. So I'm going live every Tuesday with Marty and Laura. So that's where I'm going to be now. Thursdays, whenever they have a spot for me, I will happily hop on. I love the Covrprice crew. I love everybody there, the Lords, Marty, Laura, Chris. Chris is basically the only one who I'm not going to get to hang out with as much anymore. So I'm kind of sad about that. So Chris, you have no choice but to hop on, brother. Every Sunday, open invite. But yeah, so I'll be joining the top 10 list on Tuesdays moving forward. So it's been fun on the Shakers, guys. See, Shakers always at heart. Always at heart. But anyways, let's get into the show. Like I said, it's a heavy topic. And, you know, I always say it when he hops on this channel. The guest who's backstage, Pacino, helped me kick off this channel. He was part of episode 1. But besides that, we're nearing the end of 2024. So for one last time, I need to hang with my brother Pacino. What's going on?
What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. I see you rocking the Green Bay Packers right now.
Let's go.
Our
division is fucking tough this year, man.
It's wild. Bro, you know what? Not just your division. Like, all the divisions. There's a lot going on within football this year.
Bro, our division, the Minnesota Vikings, are in a wild card spot at 11-2, bro.
It's nuts. It's absolutely
crazy.
Nuts.
Honestly, it's crazy.
Yeah, and dude, the Vikings have been crushing it. Absolutely.
Bro, and Chicago, okay, as much as they suck this year, they're trending upwards too in the next couple of years if they can get a couple more pieces. So,
yeah. Yes, plethora. Absolutely. That was hilarious, guys. I'm sure you all caught that over on Covrprice. Hey, I'm not the only one who mispronounces things. The crew tends to do it. We just
blame it on the shaker. The shaker.
Yeah. Pick on the new guy. That's how it works. But
yeah, that's how it always works.
It was funny. And the worst part is I had read it. I had said plethora out loud. And as I'm continuing to read, I'm like, fuck. They're going to get me. They're totally going to get me for this one. But
especially when you have guys like Hyper vulturing around, you're going to get it.
Yeah, exactly. But Pacino, thank you again for hopping on. Like I said, you know, I figured we need to hang one last time before the end of the year. Tonight's topic is going to be a heavy one. I hope nobody feels targeted. And if you do, well, I apologize. I'm just going to speak.
No, there's a million ways to collect, right?
Exactly. Don't feel targeted. It's an open discussion. I want to have open discussions weekly with you guys because there's a lot of hard conversations that need to be had, man, within the hobby. I would love to do it with other people as well. So, guys, if ever you have an idea, a topic you want to address, maybe discuss, you think would be awesome to bring to light for everybody who tunes in, let's go. Open invite, man. 2025. I want to keep this ball rolling, so let's do this. Let's do it. But all right, we spoke about the chat. I want to shout out the chat because they've been here waiting patiently because we started late, but Derek is in the house. What's going on, Derek, brother? Appreciate you. Every week, I wrap up the show immediately. Once the show ends, drops a comment. And I highly appreciate that, guys, because, you know, got to get the algorithm in our favor, right? So comment below after you watch the video. Let us know what you think. Derek, appreciate you. You got love for comics. Another brother I appreciate as well. He's the one who asked, "Are you inviting us all to jump on?" Hey, man, I got a 10 people capacity limit on this platform, so you're all more than welcome. But we're gonna have to rotate if we hit the 10.
Wasn't the Royal Rumble a few months ago?
Yeah, no, the Royal Rumble's coming up in January. It's every
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, every January. But I think the one you were thinking about is Survivor Series.
The Survivor Series, that's it, yeah.
Exactly. You got Mehdi in the house. What's going on, Mehdi, brother? Appreciate you swinging by to hang out with myself and Pacino. Mehdi is also a fellow Montrealer, I think we could say. He doesn't live within Montreal, the outskirts, but if you're looking for somebody to press clean and submit your comic books, well, check out Mehdi, man. Mehdi does great work. I see a lot of the results over on Telegram, and the guy's crushing it. So shout out to him. You got Derek in the house. Derek, I see you here. I see you in Covrprice. So I appreciate you supporting more than once a week, bro. That's a lot of love. That's a lot of love. Speaking love, Paul in the 619's in the house. Paul, how's it going, brother? Saw the promo for Tuesday's show, which I'm looking forward to, man. It's the basically the holiday wrap up, bro. The guy is hanging out with the crew, and the promo is hilarious over on Instagram. If you guys are not already subscribed to Paul in the 619, please do and go follow him over on Instagram. Trek Wars in the house. What's going on? Yo, guys, actually, am I allowed, Trek Wars, to mention the podcast? Let me know if not. But yes, there's a new podcast that's available, guys. I know I shared it within my story, so I think it's okay to talk about it. But yeah, let me know. But yeah, man, it was a great first episode. And if he says it's okay within the comments, please promote it because I don't want to overstep. You got JF in the house, man. What's going on, JF? Bro, you know JF. You know JF, Pacino.
Yeah, of course I know JF.
Yep, exactly. Of course you do. Got Derek C in the house. What's up, Derek, brother? Appreciate you. Also, Derek, never shy to reach out to me, even on Instagram, Telegram, sorry, asking about LCSs, etc. So I appreciate Derek hitting me up at all times, guys. I'm accessible anytime, especially if it's about comics, bro. Especially if it's about comics, always hit me up. Brian LCS is in the house. It's been relatively quiet without the comic book community awards. We're all anticipating next year, Brian. We're all anticipating. I know he's probably putting in the work like crazy right now. Dude, the work goes all year round for him. Yeah, all year round, just for the preparations. So,
just the research, exactly.
Oh yeah. So thank you, of course, Brian, for everything you do. You got Christian in the house. How's it going, Christian, brother? Nothing but love. Appreciate you being here. Got JSS Brooklyn. Yo, speaking JSS Brooklyn, and you awesome people in the chat. You guys, you blew me away last week. The super chats were ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I know it was my birthday. Thank you so much, but you don't need to do these things. But I really, really do appreciate it. I'm looking at ways and how we can get this back to you. Myself and Pacino's Canada Post Service, that's right, the mail service has been on strike for about a month now. So there's like no mail coming in. I'm gonna have backed up bills for sure.
That's okay.
I don't care.
But
I do care.
Imagine striking for a company that's netted $3 billion in losses last year. So
yeah, but
I just want strike's gonna go.
Yeah, nuts. But I just want to say I appreciate you, JSS Brooklyn, and everybody else. Of course, Alex, there was many of you. Thank you so much for that. It was really overwhelming. I didn't expect that. So nothing but love for all of you. Hold on. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody because I'm scrolling. Yeah. Boycott, pitchforks. Yes. Okay. For the Tuesday thing. Yes. It's Tuesdays for myself now, guys. We're going to have fun. We're going to talk top 10, man. Don't worry about it. Exactly. Chris is going to have to jump on Sundays. That's just how it's got to work. Yeah. TKO Collectibles, what's going on, man? Appreciate you being here. We're going to speed it up a bit, so don't get disappointed if I don't spend too much time on your names. But Comic Ozzy, my fellow Paisan. Ozzy, I don't know if you guys saw it in my story. I forgot to upload the picture, man, but I want to show it. Ozzy bought one of my t-shirts from Sticker Mule, so you can find the link in the description of this video. He looked amazing in it, man. It fit him like a glove, bro. He looks better than me in my own t-shirt. It's not fair. It's not fair, but thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Got Steph's Comics in the house. What's going on, Steph, bro? Appreciate you being here. Guy Forge is in the house. Sent me his bowl of pasta already because Sundays, bro. What's the guaranteed thing you're having on Sundays? But you have to have pasta. You have to.
I had pasta today.
That's the way it works, bro. I made tortellini rosé and I threw in
Oh,
pancetta, bro. I
close.
smashed pancetta in
Close.
there.
I had
Oh,
a nice ravioli.
ravioli's good.
Yeah.
You ever have the mini raviolis in a nice brodo, a nice soup?
Yes, that's the way we usually have it, but today we had them with the tomato sauce just on the plate.
I had colleagues like look at me when I was having tortellini soup, and they're like, "You put that pasta in soup?" I look
Yeah,
at them, I'm like, "You don't? What's
yeah.
wrong with you? What's wrong
Us, it's
with
more
you?"
tortellini than the mini raviolis, honestly.
Yeah,
It's mostly tortellini in a soup.
that's the way. It's the
Yeah,
way.
it is. Honestly, it is the way.
It is. Sam Al's in the house. What's going on, Sam, bro? Appreciate you being here. We got Recon Comics as well. What's going on, man? Geez, BC. The vintage market is getting killed. So, yes, conversation is warranted at all levels to discuss the past and the future of comics. Absolutely, man. I was just talking about Alex when it came to the super chats. And of course, he's here in the chat as we speak. So, thank you again, Alex. I immediately messaged him after the show and said thank you as well personally because it was just absolutely bananas. So, thank you. Nothing but love. Who else we got here? I hope I don't miss anybody. If I do, you can boo me. Just boo me. Just like put a big boo. Yes, I will pay bills online. I do. Most all my bills are paid. I'm just kidding. Things backed up. Dude, my wife bought a car a little over a month ago. She's still waiting for the license plate. She's still driving with the paper in the back after 1 month, which is not good, guys. Not good. And speaking of her, there she is, the love of my life. So thank you, babe, for tuning in, holding the fort. We had a wicked weekend together with the kids. Got chaotic at one point, but it was a good time. Chucky's in the house. What's going on, Chucky? Appreciate you being here as well. We're going to go through some of this guy's FOC picks in just a minute because we're close to wrapping it up on
He
the
always
chat
makes it
section.
always makes it hard for me when I get on.
Yeah, always, bro. I totally like. I love and hate this guy at the same time because I'm being eliminated from the football pool thanks to him.
Well, not thanks. It's because of your own fault, right?
I beat myself technically.
Yeah,
Lafero's
exactly.
didn't beat me, guys. Put that on record, okay? Make sure everybody knows. Everybody knows. But Comic Book Corner, yes, Armin's in the house. Another presser, cleaner, submitter who is here local as well. So if you're in Canada, guys, and you want to send your books in, go check out Comic Book Corner and check out the YouTube page as well because the unboxings are unreal, man. It's absolutely nuts. Just got back a 9.9 again, bro. This guy's killing it this year with 9.9s. My nonna would make the tortellini like that. That's the way.
She knows. She knows.
Yeah, there is no other way, in my opinion. We know who this is, but we cannot say who it is because Seven Magic's in the house. What's going on? Big fan of Wolverine, Punisher. I think you know who I'm talking about, Pacino. But yes, what's happening? The duo is back at it tonight again. Now, speaking being back at it, it's time we get into the FOC picks of the week. Pacino, are you ready, sir?
Let's do it.
Vamos. All right, boys and girls, it's the FOC selections for week of December 16, of course, selected by our brother Lefteros and Covrprice, so you can go and check out the full write-ups related to the books we're going to speak about tonight over at covrprice.com. Now, if you like any of these books that you are going to see on the list tonight, you can pre-order them. If you're in the United States, you still got time by going to visit comicnation.us. You can get yourself an additional 5% off of the already discounted price. You have 15% off organically, but get an extra 5, make it 20 by using discount code Black Crown. Again, that's comicnation.us. And for us Canucks in Canada, go visit comiclegion.ca. You already have 20% off of the entire price on the book, but you can get an additional 5% off by using discount code ENLIST if it's your first order. Now, you also could accumulate points as well. I don't know if they're calling it points or Legion dollars or whatever it is, but you do accumulate, so you get rewards
Some
back.
currency, some in-game currency.
Yeah, don't talk to me about in-game currencies, bro. I'm so pissed, man. Like every game, Marvel Rivals, which we'll talk about very briefly, but man.
You want to know how many seconds of Marvel Rivals I played?
Seconds? You just like, Jesus.
Let's say minutes. Okay, minutes.
Well, no, you gave it away. You must have played less than a minute.
I played 0 minutes of that game.
That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Coming from me, but I'll explain why when we get to that segment.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that later on. But like I said, FOC selections for week of December 16. Let's kick it off with the first book.
Yeah.
Eddie Brock, Carnage #1. You have the main cover here. Of course, it's an all-new series, and it's the introduction of Eddie Brock as the new host of Carnage. Now, you're probably saying, what the hell is going on? Well, had you read Venom War, you might be up to date. But if you think this is the first time Eddie Brock is hosting Carnage, that's not the case. If you go back to Donny Cates' run, I believe it was Venom issue 20. That's where he bonds with the symbiote.
On the island, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. So you can go back to that if you think that's spec worthy, but this is going to be interesting to see because, of course, we have a new host in Venom, Eddie Brock being the host of Carnage. It looks like it's going to collide again. So we shall see. We shall see. I'm in it for the read. I'm not in this for spec one bit. And speaking spec, guys, Chia Pet's in the house. I have to do this. Nobody's telling you to buy every single book we're going to talk about tonight. But pick up the ones you like. This one I like for the sake of read. It's a pickup.
No one does symbiotes better than Coelho also, in my opinion. He's like the most spot on like symbiote artist I think there is right now. So it could be a good read, but it's a really nice cover too. So
dude, I like it. There's a few nice covers, but
there is a few nice covers, But I mean, for like a cover A, it's like I said, Coelho. You can never go wrong with an E-Band cover.
Agreed. Absolutely agree with you on this one. But yeah, so Eddie Brock Carnage #1 available on FOC right now. I'm picking up a copy. Up next, we have Power Man Timeless #1. Now it's the first appearance of Aeon the Knife. Cool, but look, I like.
He looks cool though.
Sorry.
He looks cool.
Yeah, dude, I like this version of Power Man. Like, bring it on. Let's go. But I'm curious to see what events unfold within this issue. So that's pretty much the main reason why I'm going to be picking this up. Some pretty important things have happened in the previous Timeless books as well. So who knows what's going to take place here. I think this is worthy of a pickup, at least for the sake of read. Again,
Timeless always hints at something, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's.
But I like the design of Aeon the Knife also. So it's pretty cool. So.
Design's cool, but like you said, it sets up what's coming, and exactly. Lefteros definitely seems cool.
Yeah, exactly. You see.
Yeah, I like the issue of Timeless a lot. It's a pickup for me. So there you go.
As a one shot, usually Timeless is probably your safest bet.
Yeah, I remember. Well, mind you, the Timeless. I think it got overshadowed. The one with Kang. Simply because of the Miss Minutes cover, but the actual read was really good.
It was really good, especially that panel where you had all the different universes that they were setting up in the back.
Oh, it was sick. It was so good.
Yeah,
absolutely love that. But yeah, this is totally worthy of a pickup for me. Now, Green Arrow goes to issue #20. This is the cover A, first cover appearance of the Freshwater Killer. I don't know how I feel about that.
The name, it doesn't do it for me.
Exactly, the name, it feels like one of those characters that's going to be an in and out, but neat cover. I will give them the cover. Very wicked cover. I just don't know how I feel about the character. We don't know this character. We've yet to see this character. I don't even believe issue 19 is out yet. So that alone, maybe we'll see something. But
it's still Green Arrow, right? He's like, I hate for people that actually like Green Arrow, but it's what is it? B character maybe? C character? I don't even think he got his ultimate absolute comic series. So.
Yeah, no, stop it, bro. Come on. You didn't like Stephen Amell CW, man. Put some respect.
The first 2 seasons were really strong, and then it died off there.
Yeah, it got really shit real fast.
Yeah, man. Once Deadpool left that show, it's kind of sunk.
Deadpool? You mean Deathstroke?
Deathstroke, sorry. Slade Wilson, and you can't blame me for that one.
I don't, because they're more or less the same, bro.
Yeah, exactly. No, but
yeah. It's a villain, so maybe a good read. We shall see, man.
We shall see.
Yeah,
it's one series I'm not reading, so I shit on it for no reason. I'm sorry, but
soon. Yeah, I'm with Derek on this one soon, dude. But yeah, we'll see. But let's move on from Green Arrow because Justice League Unlimited issue #3. This is possibly the first full team appearance of the Inferno. Now, if you read issue #1, you already know this is where we're headed with the Inferno being pretty much out there at the forefront of this book. I don't know. It looks like we might get them, according to Lift Arrows, possibly the first full team up appearance here. First team appearance. So we'll see. Issue number 1 was okay. Didn't blow me away.
I wasn't crazy about it either.
No,
it's your typical Justice League that I've read 5 other times.
Hey man, it's okay to feel that way. It's absolutely okay. Yes, I agree with Chiapette on this one that Dan Mora does a wonderful
Great,
job.
yeah.
Wonderful job. The cover looks incredible. But
Yeah.
anyways, let's keep it rolling because yes, we're in Star Wars territory. Now, guys, I don't care what anybody says. Yes, this is the thumbnail tonight, but it's up there for one of the covers of the week. I just love this. I think this is
great.
Fantastic.
Honestly, I would even have it as one of the best Kylo Ren covers.
Yeah, Derek Chu does a phenomenal job. Yeah. Now,
but then you see the ratio, and you're like, oh man, they're both great.
Yeah. Now the series is basically exploring Kylo Ren's connection to Darth Vader, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, that's why I love this cover. I think it really captures such a dude. It's just good. You have Darth Vader there. You got Kylo Ren. You got fire. This is an easy sell for me.
If you know me, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I love like the dark side of things, like Nihilus and all these things that they never got into in the shows.
Yeah.
And I'm curious about how Kylo Ren connected to Darth. So this is definitely a series I'm picking up, and it helps so much that there's a great cover on this too. So
absolutely,
double whammy, sold.
Now it doesn't end there with covers though, because you have the Rosanna's variant. It's the first cover appearance of Atha Prime. I'm not familiar with this character. Like I said, I don't really care much for Star Wars. There's obviously the peak Star Wars, OG Star Wars stuff that I will happily enjoy, go back to watch. The new stuff I'm a little puzzled by, so whatever.
There's too much.
That's
the problem with the new stuff. There's way too much happening.
It's overwhelming, that's for sure.
Exactly.
But I don't know if it's this character that I was seeing Lefthero was saying possibly had an appearance somewhere in a book. I think it was I don't know if it was not a trade paperback. It was a different kind of novel or something.
Okay.
So yeah, Leftheros, if you could just clear that up for myself in the chat, because
I do remember the first comic appearance you're saying.
Correct. So first cover appearance of Atha Prime, and moving on, we also have this Darbo variant, which is
a nice cover
another sick cover. Yes, this is absolutely amazing. First cover appearance of Mother Anicia. So pretty cool. I dig. Now, we said we don't care about Star Wars. Some people like John Jang. Some people don't. I think this is a nice cover. Myself and this handsome man, Cliff, who I can see somewhere, but I won't say where, had the opportunity to.
Jiang, the thing is, it's a lot of hit or miss, but when you put him on like sci-fi and all these like Transformers and all these like Terminator, he blows it out of the water every single time.
Yeah,
he has to stick to that genre, and this is great. Honestly, what a fantastic cover this is. Yeah, if I can get this for a ratio price, I'd definitely scoop this up.
It's incredible. It's a sick cover. Yeah. Again, Zhang Jiang, for some people, it's hit or miss. For myself, I like some of his stuff, but I can't say that every cover is a banger for me. This one here, I think he nails it. He absolutely crushes 100%. It. So it's absolutely beautiful. But let's keep it rolling, because now we get to Ultimates issue number 9. This is the main cover. First appearance and cover of Earth 6160's Luke Cage. Now, this totally has my attention. So far, I would say majority of characters who have made their way into the Ultimates universe, I'm enjoying, man. I really like, the little subtle twists on some of these characters. New versions of these characters are pretty
refreshing versions. Yeah,
exactly. So I'm enjoying it.
Oh, it's good. It's been great so far, the Ultimates. Can't say that it's not like my top series right now, but it's honestly in top 5, maybe. Yeah. It's maybe 5, 6, but it's been good. Like you said, it's been a fresh take on some characters, like guys like Luke Cage, let's say, that they're very like cookie cutter characters, and they give you more of a different dimension to them, kind of a thing that you haven't seen before. So
yeah, exactly. But anyways, let's keep it rolling from Ultimates issue 9, because here we have Creepshow number 5. Again, some people may enjoy this, some people have no interest at all, but I think Kyle New does a phenomenal job with this cover. It's just a gorgeous cover selection. Nothing spec, nothing else. I'm not reading Creepshow, but I like this cover.
I'm totally on the same boat with you. I'm not reading Creepshow. I'm not big on like the whole horror genre, but great cover. Look at it. The detail on the face is crazy when you look at it up close.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really well done.
Yeah, great job. Absolutely great job. But let's get into the Mark Spears stuff because everybody's on the Spears train. And here we have Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 2. Again, Mark Spears did this cover, and this is probably the cheapest you'll pay for a Mark Spears cover because the book is $2.99. So
yeah, that's true.
if you want to lock yourself down a Mark Spears cover for dirt cheap, now is your opportunity. Make sure to do it because I think the cover is neat, man. I think Mark Spears is just here to stay, dude. The guy is absolutely exploding. He's having a phenomenal year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he brings a new take on these covers. They're not 3D, but the colors pop so well.
Yeah.
He's honestly definitely one of those artists that are going to be featured everywhere.
You know what I would love to see him do? And you're probably going to think I'm nuts because we see a lot of monster stuff, man. But I think if they were to bring back a TV show or a series like Reboot and he would do the art, dude, I think it would be insane. Absolutely.
I can see him doing it, yeah.
That's the team up nobody knew they needed until we said this. Reboot.
Even him and like Barents, because Barents does a lot of that 3D rendering art too. So
yeah.
But him, it's a bit more horror. But yeah, just bring back Reboot. I don't care who does it at this point.
What was the bad guy's name? Not the girl. The guy with the
Virus.
Yeah.
Virus. Dude. Yeah. The girl was my favorite one. The favorite bad guy with the masks.
Yeah. You know what, man? If ever
she was creepy as fuck, though.
I think
the way her mask would like change and sad, and then like mad, like she would scare the shit out of me as an 8-year-old.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, I don't know. If I ever send a book for him to like do a sketch on, I'm gonna just be like, do something from Reboot. He's probably gonna be like, what the hell's Reboot? But
you think there's a Reboot comic? Because I'm definitely going on eBay to check for that shit right after the show.
Well, I don't know. To be honest with you, I think there was. I remember seeing stuff Scholastic, but we'll
yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, but I don't know if that counts. But we'll get into it. Void Rivals, issue 16. This is the cover B. Solila cover, depiction by Omare. Beautiful cover. It's a classic stance, in my opinion. Yeah. We've seen multiple covers like this, especially with Jim Lee.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Yeah, exactly. The Batman cover on Void Rivals. So that's exactly what I thought when I saw this cover. Yeah. Hey, maybe I'm a sucker for this this type of cover, right? Maybe it takes me back to Jim Lee stuff. So this is a pickup for myself as a cover selection for FOC.
It's been a good story too, though.
That's another thing, guys. Void Rivals has been wonderful, but I know some people are the type that, oh no, I gotta pick up cover A, whatever. For me, I like variants. I really enjoy variants, and I think this is a wonderful variant. So this is a pickup.
It's hard though because a lot of people, like you said, they collect cover A the whole way, and then it's like
it gets expensive.
I gotta be in there, you know what I mean? And then some people don't really want to mess with ordering 2, right? So
what's the story? Yeah, you see. Okay,
so what's the story? So that sums up a good portion of this hobby.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll get into that at the final segment, trust me. But Doll Parts, A Lovesick Tale, issue number 2. This is the cover C. Virgin Connecting variant cover depiction of Domino by Luana Vecchio. I saw a few people talking about the Doll Parts, A Lovesick Tale, issue number 1. They enjoyed it. I haven't even had the opportunity to read this. It wasn't even on my radar, to be honest with you. But I will say that the covers are pretty neat.
Yeah, I haven't read this either. It's not typically something I read either. Yeah. But I did see the market was going up and down on the first issue.
Yeah.
And I think it was the cover C also, right? The version of the regular cover. So these things they tend to do pretty well on the secondary market also. Like pretty well, I mean over cover price. So
yeah, nothing crazy. But again,
no, nothing crazy. Like just for me, anything over cover price is a win, right? So
absolutely. But I don't entirely care for this. I will give it a read.
Yeah. The cover is fire though.
Yeah, connecting covers are harder to get. Well, if you pre-order them, it's rather easy if you have an honest shop.
That's
I read
right.
Lovesick first series and it creeped me out. There you go. So Alex giving us a little info on the first time around. Now, Uncanny X-Men #1 by Marvel this year is headed to a third printing. You have the first cameo appearance of the Outliers. I'm actually surprised this has hit a third printing to
Yeah.
begin with. But whether we want to admit this or not, people might look at this and say, look, it's had a third printing, whatever. We get color swaps here from the Ashes, the #1 now being purple.
Yeah.
They get the fatigue. The fatigue kicks in. That's a good time to pick up. When people are like,
This is
snubbing something, it's okay to grab a copy. If you see one on the rack, just keep one away. I don't know
This
if
is
the
going to be a
Outliers
low
are going to be a
print
big thing. I don't think so. But if you're into scarcity, usually when people are snubbing something, it's a good time to pick up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be the least ordered one out of the three. I don't think it's going to go to a fourth print. I'd be very surprised if it does.
Well, look, even Leftero's saying that like it's such a delayed third print. I am buying this personally, may get canceled though due to low orders. So I think it would be so significantly low. So it might be not a bad idea.
They might switch. They might keep it on for next FOC just to see if they can pump up the numbers a bit, right?
So who knows? Who knows? But it is.
It's worth a shot, though. It's definitely worth a shot.
Dude, issue #1 first print came out when Montreal Comic Con was going on in the month of August. True. So that's how far back we're going. And now we're only hitting a third print in the month of December. I agree, the delay is quite significant. But we have some absolute Wonder Woman stuff going on. And here with issue #1, to the left-hand side, you have the Sherman variant for the third printing. To the right-hand side, third printing, cover C is a foil. I'm not the biggest spoiler.
As much as good as the series have been, it's if you haven't read it, okay, pick up just a cover A third print just to read the story. I'm not big on the foils.
I'm shocked because there's some LCSs here locally
that still have the first prints.
First print on the shelves.
Yeah.
First prints are still on the shelves.
Yeah.
Not many, but still surprising to see them there. Still surprising.
Yeah, totally surprised.
Yeah, but regardless, this is going to a third print. Excellent read. I'm loving absolute Wonder Woman. So excellent read. If you missed out on the first print and your LCS doesn't have a copy on the shelves,
but
then
there is a cover for this. That's cover of the week, though.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that in just a minute. Hang tight because all new Venom #1. This is the 1 in 25 incentive. Venom cover wraparound depiction by Ramos. Beautiful. You got this one. I believe we're going to have a Carnage one as well that is available for the Eddie Brock series. So it's going to look good together. I saw this cover, the wraparound connected together, looks great.
Yeah, like it's back to like they're both facing that way. Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah. But anyways, let's keep it rolling because G.I. Joe, a real American hero, issue 313. That's right, G.I. Joe is still going on this side of town. The 1 in 10 incentive, Baroness negative space variant depiction by Francis Portela. I know that, Baroness covers tend to do well. I think people love Baroness. It's very simple. G.I. Joe, Baroness. Everybody loves Baroness. I like this cover. I do like this cover. Yeah.
1 in 10 doesn't break the bank either, so.
Exactly. You know what? Most shops, when it comes to 1 in 10s, you ever notice they throw it up at like $8?
Yeah. I'll pick this up at $8.
Oh shit, Cliff! I cannot unsee that. Daria.
She does look like Daria. Honestly, she looks 100% like Daria.
I see that. But still, I think it's a neat cover. Michael Baker saying, "Don't lie. Everyone thought it was Frank Miller at first."
Frank Miller, we would have got like half of this.
Yeah, Derek saying that Daria's hot. I guess. Yeah, there's something there. There's something there.
He's seen under the ragged clothes. He's seen under it.
Yeah. SNMC's in the house, man. Appreciate you being here. Let's keep it rolling because for this pick, we have the second printing. Laura Kinney, Wolverine, #1, 1 in 25 incentive. J. Scott Campbell, all black and white.
This is going to go higher than ratio, that's for sure.
I believe so. I was just going to say that. Already the first print looked wonderful. Even as a trade, bro, I was more than happy to pick that up for cover price. It didn't care. But absolutely beautiful. if you're into sketch, black and whites, etc., I think this is a neat cover.
But it's not even that. This, you get it signed by him with a nice, like, I don't know, red on the top or red on the bottom. It's just beauty.
Yeah, it's sick. But yes, Derek, I agree with you. We all saw this coming.
We all
Typical
saw this
Marvel fashion to give us a cover that is available for cover price
That's right.
on the first print as a second print ratio.
Yeah, 100%. It's a winning formula, right? So when it's Campbell, you can put it on anything; it'll sell.
It's driving me nuts, man. I hate that they keep doing this. Alex disappointed with the read. I haven't read it yet, so I cannot give a
it wasn't
opinion on it.
Wasn't the greatest first
you read
issue.
it? No bueno.
Yeah.
No bueno.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't good. I'm just saying it didn't like really like wow me.
Yeah. Lidman saying it's great for a remark.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. You get a nice little remark at the top right corner there. I think it would look neat. Armin saying it's selling for $75 Canadian. Are we talking about this one right here that is currently on FOC?
I was gonna say around 50, 60, but 75 is
not too shabby.
Not too shabby, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it rolling because we were talking some absolute Wonder Woman before, but here we have issue number 2 that's also headed to a second print by cover done by Sherman as well. And then to the right, you got it available in a foil because, of course, they have to throw us a foil. What do you think? You like foils?
I do not. I like spot foils, like the 90s gimmick, like the spot, like if they would have done the sun or her armor, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not crazy about just like glossy cover on the top.
Yeah. No, I think some work, some don't. I think this is going to pop, especially with the guns going off over there. Is it guns? Hold on. Yeah, it's guns, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's my first one, guys. Don't worry. I'm still good. I just wanted to double check because I made the screen a little smaller. But yeah, no, I think it'll pop, but not entirely my thing. But absolute Wonder Woman issue 4 solicitation mentions old and new allies. Now, we know that this was coming within the book as you're reading it. It was inevitable. It's possibly going to happen here within issue 4. Beautiful cover. I am going to go on the record and say this is my favorite cover of the week. Villa Lobos. Yes, baby. Talk to me. This screams fire, bro.
Fuck, this screams everything. This screams cover of the week.
Absolutely. Hold on, because there is competition. Because the one
there is competition.
Is very nice. Yeah. This is beautiful, beautiful. But I think this is a must pick up. Villa Lobos, man. I
have him penciled in as my favorite artist of this year.
Really?
He when he hits, man, there's some people not even better. You know me. I'm more of that anime style kind of guy.
Yeah.
So this screams. This is amazing.
Yeah.
He's been on when he hits, man. It's crazy fire.
I agree with you, man. And look, the rest of the chat agreeing as well. Cover of the week. I think this is hands down the best cover. It's up there. I really like the Star Wars one as well with Kylo Ren.
One too was,
but this one is just too good. Yeah, Panosian is great. Panosian is just incredible as well. But the 1 in 50 is absolutely gorgeous. Guys, those were the FOC picks of this week. Now, of course, like I said, if you want to order and you live within the United States, go visit comicnation.us. You have 15% off of the cover price, but get an additional 5 by using discount code Black Crown. Canada, you got comiclegion.ca, 20% off already on the cover price. Get an additional 5 by using discount code Enlist if it's your first order ever on the website. Now, back to cover price. Of course, go check out the website, coverprice.com. You're going to see the extended article, of course, by Lefteros, where you can see everything written up, what he thinks of these picks, why he chose these picks, etc. And the Cover Price website is a neat tool for collectors. So I encourage everybody to use the free trial. And I told you at the beginning of the show, I am no longer on the Shakers. So that's it. I'm done with the Shakers, but I'm on the top 10. So I will be moving to Tuesdays. If you want, subscribe to their YouTube channel and catch me every Tuesday now with Laura and Marty, bringing you the top 10 comics of the week.
All right. The Sports Center trade. Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Yes.
Been traded from Thursday to Tuesday nights.
Yeah. Guys, we have a lineup already starting backstage for the final segment of the show. Cliff, come say hi.
Hello.
Cliff, say bye.
Okay.
No, I just want to put it out there. We're going to bring on everybody for that final portion. You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So I look forward to that. I see some people lining up just to show you. We even got love for comics. What's going on, bro? Love, you good?
Love for comics, live and present.
There you go. What's going on?
Am I live? What's going on, guys?
What's going
Doing
on?
good?
Good. Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah. Appreciate you hopping on. Look, I'm gonna keep it. We're gonna go through the market
right here.
Holy shit, dude.
As a matter of fact, you want to run an impromptu givey right now? Moon Knight.
No, stop. No giveaways.
Do it.
You want to do it?
Hashtag Moon Knight. Hashtag Moon Knight right now.
Okay, hold up. Time out, guys. We got to set up for that. Love, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's save it. End of the show. We'll do a giveaway. You cool with that?
What I did want to say was, about this whole topic of, comics. Grommets came out this year. That was pretty good. Feral.
Yeah.
And Distillery's just coming out with stuff, man. So I don't think new comics are dead.
Yo, hold up. The chat's already going. Guys, I have to set up the hashtag for you. No, nothing's counting right now. Time out.
Throw the flag. Throw the yellow flag.
Yo, love.
Flag on the field.
Yeah. But Cliff, love, if you guys don't mind, we're just gonna run through the market report and then I'll bring you guys in for
that. And I don't like foils either, but if it comes back at 9.9,
oh wow,
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm excited, guys. We're gonna have ourselves a good conversation at the end of this. So I'll set you guys backstage. Pacino and myself are gonna finish up the market report, and then we'll bring you guys in. Now you guys see you have a lot to look forward to in less than 20 minutes.
Yeah, it'll be quick.
All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. Pacino, Cliff. All right, Pacino, we're gonna get into the market report. Let's show these awesome people in the chat, and of course those hanging out backstage, what we are going to discuss in the the market report this week. You ready?
Let's do it.
Vamos. All right, bro. Market report. Every week, looking at books that sell on multiple platforms, whether it be House of Stein, Key Collector, CBSI, Covrprice, Go Collect, eBay, and of course, some of you with your own platforms on Instagram. That's right. Ferdy said he was done. Ferdy ain't done. I still see Ferdy's stuff. Love you, Ferdy. Appreciate you, bro. But let's keep it rolling. Thundercats Apex #1. This is the Virgin 1:15 ratio by Mark Spears. Mark Spears has been on fire. I saw this as a Covrprice daily shaker. We keep talking about Mark Spears. He's everywhere, literally. Yeah. But raw near mint copy of this issue sold for $209 US. This is a sick fucking cover.
Yeah, this is great. I personally wouldn't spend $209 US on this, but it's Mark Spears is great. Honestly, I can't even say how good he is.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Now, Thundercats, I look, some people were super excited about Thundercats release this year.
Yeah.
Some people like myself didn't really care. I gave it 2 issues and whatever. But Thundercats Apex #1, it was inevitable. We talk about it over on Covrprice, and I'm sure multiple people are saying the same thing online on all platforms, whether it be my YouTube channel, your YouTube channel. Everyone is in agreement. Mark Spears' work is just bananas, and it's taking off. So with the success of Monsters, it's inevitable that everything else Mark Spears is going to catch fire. So start paying attention. And if you don't believe me, even the Bird City Comics exclusive has taken another jump because it's limited to 200 copies of this one. It's the second print for Mark Spears' Monsters issue #2. Shout out to the entire Bird City crew because I absolutely love Anthony and Laura. They're really grinding, doing their thing. And I have nothing but respect for the two of them. Not because, again, anything to do with Covrprice or doing shows together. No, they are real hustlers, and I really appreciate their work ethic and everything they do. This team up was just match made in heaven. I think Mark Spears did a wonderful job here. Bird City covers, breast cover, in my opinion. Raw near mint, $193 US. Covrprice daily shaker again.
Crazy, but it's honestly, it's what a beautiful cover.
Yeah. It's the monkeys that throw me off. Otherwise,
honestly, the monkeys they keep drawing my attention away.
Yeah. They do, man. It's like it's like when you get caught
I'm
making
trying to look up, but I'm looking at the monkeys instead.
exactly. But a wonderful
Get those
cover.
monkeys out of there.
Yeah, get them out, get them out. But yeah, wonderful. Ron your mint, guys. Yes, that's exactly it. 193 US dollars. Again,
All
shout
of his
out
work
to
is gonna explode. People
Yeah.
are just writing in. They're going on eBay and they're just literally writing his name down and they're just picking apart all this stuff.
yeah, exactly. But anyways, hey, SNMC. Anytime you see a book making lists, just wait. Just
Yeah.
wait. Don't get crazy. Don't get
I agree.
FOMO. Look at
I-
this Spawn issue 300. Yes, and surprisingly, not a Baker shaker. So you guys know there's
Oh.
something wrong with Michael Baker this week.
There's definitely something wrong there.
Yeah, second print was a 2019 New York Comic Con exclusive gold foil, limited to 500 copies, and a CGC 96 sold for 475 US dollars. Cover price is daily shaker. I believe this is the highest sale for a 9.6. It's a sick look. I think we all agree that ASM 300 homage covers are probably the most overdone.
Yeah, but the Spawn is great.
Yeah, some hit, some don't. The Spawn one hits.
Yeah,
I like it.
Spawn one hits.
Now the gold foil. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the foil.
Yeah, but it's a spot foil, right? It's only the Spawn 300 that's gold, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, right?
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
solid. I like that. I wouldn't spend for, but if
Oh
even
no, I
though
think
the
the sides too, dude. I remember the sides.
Yeah. Oh, it's true. The sides too. You're right. Yeah. It's still not a bad book. I can always see, like, as a Spawn collector, they're all gonna be chasing this book anyway. So it'll definitely hold its value. This book. I don't see this book crashing down anytime soon.
Yep.
It's gonna always be in that 400 or 500 USD always. So
Yeah, it's sick. But
and
anyway,
that's a 9.6, right? So
9.6, 475 US dollars. I agree with the take it with a grain of salt when it comes to those print runs. You never know, man. You never know. There's a lot of things that go behind that, but that could be a hot topic.
that's fair.
For another week. We will do that 100%. But check this out. Marvel Rising #1. You and I we tend to speak about Peach Momoko rather often when it comes to our perspective. Not entirely our favorite artist, but when it's hit, it's hit. When it's miss, it's miss. I think this is an absolute banger. 1:25 ratio cover by Peach Momoko from Marvel Rising #1. CGC 98 hitting 350 US dollars. Baker Shaker this week. This book was huge and remains huge at 300 US. I like this.
Yeah, this is definitely, if you're talking about Peach Momoko and you're a Peach enthusiast, this and that 1 in 1,000 from that free comic book day, like they're definitely up there in their top 5 like best, like highest valued books. So
yeah, I agree, man. Wonderful.
And it's not like it's a lame cover, right? It's great. Honestly, it's one of her best works.
Yeah,
I still really like her Thanos one, but this one's great.
The Thanos is okay. Peach enthusiast. Yeah, big time. Anyways, regardless, this is actually a neat one. I love it. Features many important characters here. Marvel Rising #1, CGC 98, 350 US dollars. Now check this. Edge of Spider-Verse #5, Marvel Rivals. Everybody talking Jeff. Everybody talking Galacta. Did you guys forget Penny Parker's in the fucking game as well? You got the 1:25 ratio. Yeah, by Greg Land. First appearance of Penny Parker. Spider. CGC 98, 252 US dollars. Baker Shaker. I like this one.
I like this one too. Yeah, this one's definitely a good buy. I would look if I ideally, if I can get in like that 200 USD range, so like that 250, 300 Canadian, it's a solid buy. I like Penny Parker. I think she has a lot of potential to grow. Maybe not right now, but you never know in 10 years from now.
Yeah, the hashtags are still coming in. Love for comics. Check this out, bro. Look what you did, man. Look what you did.
Came out of nowhere with that Moon Knight.
I love it. Yeah, dude, that was amazing. And I'm so happy because this is the first time I'm going to get to hang out with Love for Comics in the Hot Topics portion. So, guys, this is going to be a good time tonight. Captain Carter #1. Now, you remember what we were saying about when books make a list, you might want to turn away. Well, this is a prime example because the 1:25 ratio of Captain Carter #1, the What If animation, gave us the first appearance of Captain Carter, although some believe Exiles is a first appearance as well. To each their own. To each their own. I don't want to fight. I'm just putting down the information as it is. CGC 98, 80 US dollars. What a drop, because this shit was well over 300. Well over.
Yeah. I think Raw was going for like $200. So
Dude, way more. Way more. It was
maybe
not
way more too at that point. I think it was even 300 Raw at one point when it really hit. And 9/8 were like $600.
fucking Derek, man. I love Derek. You got Last Son 05. What's up, man? Appreciate you being here. But yeah, this took an absolute nosedive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, Ozzy's saying he still has this one raw. Now is a good time to buy. And I'm surprised because even factoring, now we have What If Season 3 that's about to come out in just a few days.
Yeah.
No love for this. And we also got news that the actress that plays Peggy, oh, dude, she's a bombshell.
Oh, she is a bombshell, 100%.
I don't want
to look. I'm not crazy. Like you might say what you have to say. I'm not crazy about like British girls.
Oh, dude,
but she's great.
I would totally go back in time and give up my shield.
I would not.
I would.
Give me my fucking shield. I'll get some other bitches.
Sick bastard. Yeah,
the shield's not worth one girl.
Yeah, so look, Armin's saying he sold 2 9/8 back then for $450 each.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah, Haley Atwell. Yes. Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
SNMC. You guys are saying everything I can't say.
Boobs counts.
Oh, yes. My
she
man.
Is fire, though.
My chat always shows up. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Yes. Got this raw for $6 at a local shop. Bro, we're all in the middle of talking about Haley Atwell. He's talking about a $6 fine. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Who is this guy?
I'm just kidding. Alex, we all do. We all do, man. Nothing but love. But anyways, $80 US right now for a CGC 9/8. Not a bad
It's the teeth with British girls.
Fantastic Four issue 50, or if you want to try to pronounce that, the Verdediger. I don't know what the hell. I can't say this stuff, but this is the Dutch edition. Contains Fantastic Four issue 50 and Tales of Suspense issue 78 stories within this book. Foreign comics, guys. CGC 5.5 at 166 US dollars. Baker Shaker this week. I like some foreign comics. This is pretty cool.
I can't think of Dutch without Austin Powers.
Just do it. Go ahead. I don't care. Do it.
I can't do
You don't want to do it? All right.
Oh,
fine.
man. I can never see that word Dutch without thinking.
Yep. Michael Baker, foreign book alert. Yes, man. I think this is neat, man. Pretty cool.
Honestly, the cover is fire, though.
Yeah, although I would rather buy the original, but yes.
But look at the price point, right?
Hey, 5.5 at 166 US dollars. Not bad, man. I think
definitely take that.
Yeah, you're freaky dicky nerds. Love it. Yeah, love it. You guys are hilarious.
I don't speak that freaky dicky.
Yeah, don't ever change. Don't ever change. But anyways, let's keep it rolling. Captain America issue 115. What a cover. Yeah. This, of course, you got Marie Severin who did this cover. If you guys are not familiar with Marie Severin, crazy classic bangers such as, like, one of my favorites is probably Hulk 102. I just love that cover so much. But of Captain America 115, not really a key at all. But there's only 25 CGC 9/8s on the census, and a 9/8 of this sold for $1,925 US dollars. Baker Shaker this week. You dig?
Beautiful. This is great. I love this cover.
Yeah. Fucking
the detail is crazy.
I find Marie Severin doesn't get enough love, man.
She doesn't
deserve more.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't. But Absolutely. She wasn't also like super overblown compared to a lot of those old school artists, right? Where they were just on every fucking cover. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Marie Severin's fucking.
She's great. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, banger after banger, man.
Yeah, like most consistent out of a lot of the old school artists, if you want to call them that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a crowded pool.
Yeah, it is very. Yeah, that's it. The golden age of comics, right?
Yeah. See, Ozzy saying absolutely. Yeah. Wow, one of her favorites. Great Baker Shaker. Couldn't agree more. One of the first books I bought when I got back into collecting. Jesus, that's a wonderful first book to get coming back into the hobby. This is such a beauty. I agree with all of you. But CGC 9/8.
How old is this fucking guy, bro?
Yeah, there's only 25 of these 9/8s on the census. So the 1,925 USD price tag. I totally get it. I get it. But I can't help but think of Pacino when I see this cover. Why? Because I'm pretty sure I've seen you in this T-shirt.
I have this t-shirt. Yeah.
Exactly. Amazing Spider-Man issue 346. It's a Mark Jewelers insert, guys. Look at the premium that these jewelers continue to bring forth.
They're going crazy on the secondary market. Not just this. Every Mark Jewelers book is going crazy on the secondary market.
No kidding. There's no surprise to that. I mean, they're very scarce. But CGC 98, $1,136 US. Again, you can pick up this for less than half price if you want to get it in a direct. But
yeah,
beautiful. I love this cover. Like I said, I always think of you when I see this because I know you have a T-shirt. Everybody was rocking it from Walmart at one point in time.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly
it. Yep. So there you have it. Yeah, very rare books. Exactly. These
very rare books. That's it. Especially a book like this with the all black, and I think even the back has a mostly black on it too.
Mm-hmm.
You see everything on that. So to get a 9.8 on one of these two on the Jewelers variant, I think a newsstand also. You're
very tough. Very
tough. Very tough.
Larson's one of the nicest guys I've met, man. I got to see him at Terrificon, and he really takes the time with all of his fans, people in line, like really having conversations. I noticed that with himself and Chris Claremont.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. 3 copies in 35 years. That's crazy.
That's amazing.
That's insane.
Yeah. At least you got to hold him. I probably do. I don't even know. I've never even checked any of my
know if I've ever physically had one.
Yeah. Totally got to check that out. Yes, first Greenmouth Slime. My man. But anyways, let's keep it rolling because we have some friends backstage waiting to hop on. So I definitely want to bring them on for some great convo. Ultimate Universe, 1 year in, #1. Guys, I don't understand how we managed to sleep on this, but first appearance of Ultimate Wolverine. Marvel Comics presents issue 77, homage cover, CGC 98, pre-sale. 100 Canadian dollars. This one came in at #1 on CBSI. I'm only going to imagine it's going to end up on the top 10 list on Tuesday. I don't know.
That's
I don't have insider information.
75 US?
Somewhere around there.
That's a good buy.
It is a good buy. Wonderful homage cover. I think the cover looks great.
Yeah.
This, again, I don't know because Marvel was putting out promos as well related to his first appearance being in this book. So I was shocked that people were paying premiums on the secondary market because this was very, very foreseeable.
Yeah, no, it's like it's like the big sign with the freaking lights. Buy this book, and then it's like, oh shit, I didn't buy this book. Let me go on eBay and pay $15-20 for it.
Yeah, Leftero saying after looking at the preview for Ultimate Wolverine #1, I think this one may end up on the top 10 for a while. So, I hope none of you are paying the premium now. I hope everybody managed to secure a copy. I got quite a few of them. I think I got like 4. I know some people that are here in this chat that have boxes and boxes full. Good for you, because that is the way to do it.
But it's also a great read.
Yeah, pre-sale eBay a few weeks ago was 10, then 15, now 20. Right. So yeah, it's getting up there. I'm seeing raw copies Canadian at like 30, 40 Canadian. So it's up there now, guys. CGC 98, 100 Canadian does not surprise me one bit. But anyways, this one actually surprised me. Prelude to Deadpool Corpse, issue #2. First appearance of Kidpool, CGC 98, $200 US. We just recently got a little promo that involves Kidpool and Deadpool. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, but, I did see that.
Yeah, but yeah, this is pretty interesting. I think I just picked it up this week for $8.
That's a good buy.
Yeah, I want to double check. But yeah, dude, the movie came and went, and it's like, yeah, there it is.
There you go. It can't go wrong.
Yeah, $8 price tag. It's a 9.8 contender. Just might send it in. But yeah, hey man, why not? Fuck, 200 US.
200 US.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I basically have 2 kid pools at home, so I don't need the book. But yeah, no,
you definitely don't need the book.
Yeah, like I said, the movie came and went, but none of them died in the movie. So hey, who knows? We shall see. But yes, Dan Dottore in the house. Last week's guest, wonderful guest. Thank you so much for being here in the chat, my friend. Chat, I'm putting it out there. We got Love for Comics. We got Cliff hanging out backstage. Open invite if you guys want to talk based on new comics in the hot topics portion. You're more than welcome. Up next, Absolute Batman #1. This is the third print cover by Nick Dragotta. Already CGC 98 hitting $120 US. It's a cover price daily shaker. Already hitting a high sale on the third print. Not bad, man. That's rather quick. The Absolute Batman love is crazy.
This is another one that you said, like, if you didn't order print 1 and 2, like, why didn't you order print 3? Like,
I don't know, man.
The sign was there with the lights and everything. It's like, buy this book, and you didn't. Yeah. 120 USD is solid. I personally rather spend it more on the Wolverine book than this, if we're comparing those two. But 120 is still impressive for this book, especially that it's a third printing, that everyone saw this book was going to hit these numbers. So,
yep, it's already, exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. Last one, that's where we're at, man. Already. Trek War is saying, might as well grab it if there's a grab. If it's there, grab the extra printing. As Dragotta does a great job with the blues. He really does, man. And you know, the other printings, the second print, same thing. The blue really popped on the cover. But CGC 98 already at $120 US. And guys, we're gonna end off on this one because it was inevitable, man. Marvel Rivals bringing us characters like Luna Snow. Galacta, who's narrating the entire thing.
Exactly.
And Jeff. Yes, it's Jeff, issue #1. This was inevitable. I think we've been talking about this for quite some time. How
such a lovable character.
West Coast Avengers was bound to pop, but the character is just resonating with gamers of all ages, and it was inevitable for this to happen. This is the first solo series featuring Jeff, and the one shot is basically of the digital collection because Jeff made his way to digital platform first. Raw near mint copy, $60 US, came in at #4 on CBSI. Again, another one I would imagine to see at least in the top 20 over on Covrprice. This is an impressive sale. It was foreseeable, but it's not the only cover that's doing well, guys. There's also that Jaws homage one.
The Scotty one, right?
Yeah, with like the rubber ducky or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. But there's even the Scotty one, right?
I think so.
Where he's changing into like there's like a mirror and something's trying to attack him.
Yeah, I think so. But the character is... no, there's another one with Gwenpool on it. That one I remember. There's Gwenpool and a few other characters. But regardless, the covers are doing well. The book was bound to pop. We all saw this coming. Jeff is a wonderful character within the video game as well. He's OP as shit, meaning he's overpowered. He is like...
he's definitely overpowered.
I hate going against him. He's impossible.
He's going to get a nerf for sure. He's definitely getting a nerf.
Yeah, Doldy. Not Scotty Young.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, my bad.
Alex saying he has this, but not this cover. It's Jeff doing his thing. West Coast Avengers popped. It's Jeff is popping. Hang tight because we have some new covers as well that are, available, guys. I think more Jeff covers are going to pop, so keep an eye out for those. All right, guys. That was the market report. We're going to get into the hot topics portion of the show. Pacino, I know you are ready, sir. Cliff, are you ready, sir? Cliff's not ready, but I know Love for Comics is ready.
Oh, he's ready.
Yeah, Love for Comics is ready.
I'm ready, bro.
Cliff,
I'm trying to be ready. I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, all I see is a black box. I'm like, oh no.
Get off your phone. For the first time ever, we're going into the hot topics portion with 4 people. That's right. Guys, are you all ready?
We're ready.
Ready.
Pacino was not ready. Let's go.
I'm ready.
All right, guys, hot topics portion of the show where we talk about some of the news that broke this week. But like I said, every week I want to bring forth a new topic related to the hobby where we can have open discussions, man. And I can assure you, maybe the 4 of us won't agree with what's about to be said. None of this was planned, open invite. So let's see how
we better agree. I'm the muscle here. That's why between us.
You ain't the muscle, baby. Did you see me? Have you heard of me?
Cliff gave me the biggest. Did you go on Cliff's IG? You can see him pick up DJ links like nothing. Absolutely.
I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover.
There you go. That's my kind of guy right
I'm
there.
the best of both worlds, baby.
There you go. That's why his name's got Love for Comics, man. So, Love, bro, I appreciate you hopping on. This is the first time we get to hang out. Cliff, we've hung out many times, but I still always appreciate it. And of course,
It's my first time seeing Love for Comics and my first time with Pacino Collect. So there we go.
So let's do this, guys. We're gonna go through it rather quickly when it comes to some of the earlier topics, but the big topic I think we're gonna spend quite some time on. First one being Marvel Rivals. We spoke about it earlier. Now I don't know if you're all gamers here. I know Pacino is. Marvel Rivals hit 10 million players in just 3 days. The game has been absolutely successful. I hate the fact that it very much mimics Overwatch.
It's a copy paste.
Yeah, exactly. I really do. But it is fun to play. I did pick it up. I am enjoying it. At first, out the gate, I wasn't too fond of it. But now that I'm getting accustomed to certain characters, it carries fun. Although I prefer Call of Duty.
Well, it's always like that, right? Did you ever play Overwatch?
Yeah, but I didn't like Overwatch.
See, I loved Overwatch.
Really?
I loved Overwatch, and if you can find that character you like, it's copy and paste of Overwatch, 100%. So if you can find that character that you like to play as in Overwatch and carry it over to this, this game is great. It's fun. I played a bit of the beta testing before it actually came out.
Yeah,
and I knew this game was going to be a huge hit. So
no kidding.
But I haven't played a second of it since it's been released.
You should hop on and we'll team up on.
It's only because one of my favorite series released the same day this came out, and I've just been hooked on that instead. So,
yeah, Love for Comics, bro. You a gamer?
Well, I used to be a gamer, but life gets in the way.
Yeah.
Yes,
believe me, I know. My kids get in the way all the time.
I was lucky because last Sunday, being my birthday, I took the entire week off from work. I caught up on as much gaming as I could, and even being off from work, bro, I didn't game much, man. I ended up having to do house shit, take care of the kids. Yeah, I feel you.
I'm getting all that throw off my back. So,
Cliff, I know you play video games. Maybe that's not the type on consoles, but nothing. No.
No, this is lovely for all of you, and I very much enjoyed. I very much enjoyed the rival cards that I've unlocked in Marvel Snap. There you go.
There. Okay. Yes, Marvel Snap is good. Right.
That was good. I like Marvel Snap.
Yeah. Okay, so Chiapet's saying that the character designs of Marvel Rivals are awesome. They are.
I love the Doom design. Is he playable? No, but I love the Doom design.
The worst fucking design is Wolverine. I think it looks like shit.
Bro, he's like so massive.
Dude, it doesn't even look like Wolverine.
It doesn't even look like Wolverine.
There's some crazy team-up moves. Like the Hulk can literally take Wolverine and launch him. Wolverine coming at you with the claws. It's just amazing.
That's something that's different from Overwatch.
Yeah. Congratulations, Marvel Rivals hitting 10 million players in just 3 days.
Who's your go-to?
Yeah, I'm curious to know what they're at right now, man. So
I wonder who's your go-to, Black Crown.
My go-to, I started with Punisher. Now I'm really enjoying Jeff the Land Shark. So
because you like that overpowered shit, huh?
Yeah, dude. Jeff is just fucking incredible. But anyways, guys, the best news came out this weekend. That's right. Sony is reportedly giving up on its expanded Spider-Man universe because, well, Kraven the Hunter to be the final film in Sony's.
He killed it. He's the nail in the coffin.
We all saw this.
He's not the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Final nail in the coffin. Now, I'm hearing that apparently Sony, with this being the straw that broke the camel's back, is highly considering giving back the rights.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
My birthday came early.
They will never give back the rights.
They have to.
Never. You're hearing wild ass information. Or if Sony does it, they're on the worst drugs ever. No, they got plenty of money coming. Okay, they got the Beyond the Spider-Verse. They got the next Spider-Man film. They got the Sony freaking Amazon freaking Nick Cage Spider-Man. They got lots of money. They got lots of money too. And they purposely were tanking this film because pulling it from 1,000 theaters is some bullshit, okay? It's a pack of abs. I could drink it all day. The movie was 1,000,000 times better or 10 million times better than Madam freaking Web, okay? They went with practical effects because the CGI still sucks. Sorry, Sony.
Yeah, it does suck.
This movie was a solid 7. Freaking Madam Web is a -2. I don't want to hear it. Okay, this wasn't nail in the coffin. They just got tired of their own bullshit, and that's it. And I also heard. I'm so sorry. I also heard I also heard they could have been used in Spider-Man, but they didn't want to confuse audiences. So I'm imagining that is because like they could use Spider-Man, but maybe they couldn't, or movies couldn't be in continuity. So they were like, let's just do that. I don't know. The thing is, they gave us like this little horse trail of like, what's those things that like eat the little goat nuggets for the coffee,
breadcrumbs,
right? Yeah, like the goats that eat the stuff that make the shit that make the coffee. Like that's what it is. And we just keep drinking that coffee, and then we just keep coming up with all these news stories that are just nonsense because we got nothing better to do with our lives, okay? Because it's either this or making a 3-hour stream about how you feel wronged by somebody who's an acquaintance of yours. So I'm just tired of it. We're good. Like Sony's gonna make money. No one in their right effing mind is going to give up a property like Spider-Man. I'm like, oh, we couldn't handle it. Here it is. It's like, no, bitch. We're still gonna make money on this clock.
They're gonna rent it out to Marvel for sure, like they did with the other Spider-Man movies, and bank on that 50-50, and that's all they fucking care about.
And folks, this is why we love Cliff.
Absolutely, he will never fucking comment on me. I stand my ground. That's all I'm gonna say. But
no
listen,
bullshit.
Cliff, I do agree with you on certain aspects. I haven't watched the movie. I know you did, and you just told me now that you give it a solid 7. The fucking the picture of Rhino looks horrific online. I'm hoping. You said the CGI was bad.
Look, it's not great, but it looks good in action, you know. And again, because they use more practical effects, it's a little more exciting to watch.
Yes, but let's just be honest with ourselves here, okay? There's no faith. You got to remember that now the fans are pretty much standing their ground. They're purposely not going to watch these things anymore. Whether you give this a 7, you could give it a 10 if you wanted to. People do not want to see this.
No, I don't believe that, okay? And I'll tell you why. This is the first R-rated entry. Why wouldn't that pique somebody's interest? No, they are tanking this film. Also,
Who's they?
Sony. I feel like Sony's doing it on purpose.
Why would they put themselves in millions
because
of dollars?
Because they do weird shit like this, man. Disney
they knew. The writing was on the wall. They knew.
John Carter of Mars. Like, I don't understand it, but I know they do this shit because they got their weird master plan. So
they didn't even put a post scene.
Yeah, the post
movie. They knew this movie wasn't going to go anywhere else.
Right.
But it's sad because supposedly the actors are good, just the story sucked.
Yeah, I mean the story is like not amazing, but like it's not the worst story. Again, Madam Web -2 across the board. Yeah. Although I do love Miss Sweet.
There's great actors in that one, but it's just terrible story.
Yeah, guys, I actually watched Madam Web on Netflix. It took me like 8 tries.
It was terrible. It was so bad.
And then I went to watch Joker 2 last night with my wife after we came home, and she literally looks at me at the end of Joker 2 and she's like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
and I look at her, I'm like, right.
I'm watching it today.
But I want to get back to my point because I want Chia Pet. I want you, Chia Pet, to understand where I'm coming from. When Madam Web was coming out and it was hot shit, everybody said it was hot shit. Everyone I knew, everyone online, everywhere I looked, right? But when Craven is coming out as hot shit, only online, no one I know, and then everyone I know is like, well, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I was like, so if everyone I know is like, well, it's not that bad, but somehow online it is nothing but terrible, 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 when the bar for terrible is Madam Web.
Well, Venom did the same thing, right?
But it's sad, dude. It's sad because Cliff, you're saying that, but like when you look at the numbers, it's so sad to see that this is doing worse than Madam Web.
1,000 theaters. They pulled.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Is it's sad to see that they're willing to let this fucking tank worse than Madam Web when Madam Web is the worst movie of all, according to you.
Yes,
definitely.
You know, I'm gonna infuriate you guys even more. I like this way better than I like Venom 2. I'll tell you that.
No, I don't disagree with you. Venom 2 was horrific, guys. I think we all agree with that.
Yeah, but it was the better. It was the better of the 3 that we saw so far, though.
No, Venom.
I saw Venom 2. Sorry, I thought you were referring to the Venom 3.
No.
Venom.
No.
This might be on par with Venom 3 with a mix of I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, Venom 2 was terrible.
Horrific, you know, but like I still had a good time. So I just don't know how I'm like. Cliff leaves cause on other reasons. 6-packs influencer. First of all, 8-packs influenced me. Chia Pet. 8 packs. Okay?
He won't settle for 6.
You motherfuckers bring me 8 packs. I'm looking at you down there, 35-year-old. I'm looking at you. You hit that gym. You show up with the freaking 8 packs, okay? Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at you with your fresh haircut. Looking all cute. Don't fool me. Get that 8 packs. Come back.
Yo, listen, I just gotta say, I watched Madam Web for the same reason Lando did. Sweeney, that's it. So
Yeah.
My man, dude, she is perfection.
Cannot go
I'd
wrong.
like to see Craven for Aaron Taylor Johnson.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
And
But
Sam Taylor Johnson is going to be my goddamn hero for the rest of my life. All right, that bitch was like, I need to snatch this up. I need to snatch this up, and she did. God bless her. God bless.
But I do want to say that Sony is reportedly giving up on its expanded Spider-Man universe, which is good. For now, it's great. Like you said, Cliff, we know that's Beyond the Spider-Verse is coming. So
Great.
and they're taking their sweet
Spider-Man
time.
Noir.
I think once we get to that point, I've said it many times, how I think we are bound to get Miles Morales in the MCU. And I think at that point, we need to see what kind of deal they're going to come across, because clearly the expanded universe with what we've gotten so far is not working. Whether it be Venom, whether it be Madam Web, Morbius, Craven, it just didn't work.
Well, it's because they're not tied to the main characters surrounding those expanded universes, right? You're not getting Spider-Man, which is basically the main character in all of these.
They're being held with restrictions.
Exactly. So it's brutal to even watch. And myself being, more of a passionate fan than the regular viewer, my wife, I'm using my wife as an example because I consider her just a regular viewer, doesn't give 2 fucks about any of these characters, right?
100%.
She, for some reason, enjoyed Venom, but no one is going to go to the theaters understanding these movies as a casual fan, wondering like, okay, but if these are Spider-Man villains, like, what the fuck is Spider-Man, right? That's the main question that always comes.
Totally agree with you.
Ourselves as fans, we try to embrace this for what it is and try to expand, like let our imagination go wild. Like, oh shit, now they're bringing in Rhino, they're bringing in this, but even at that, they're not delivering. Cliff, that's the reality. Is okay, maybe it's subpar, mediocre. Maybe we give Craven a 7, but across the map, you want to look at Venom, Madam Web, etc. You have to take these.
Venom makes money for them. Like, I can't even argue with the fact that Venom makes money for them.
Yes. Yes.
So there's plenty of people who enjoy it for what it is. And again, maybe that was Sony's tactic. Let's just try to make these movies and see who enjoys them. I wish they had worked harder on the quality. Sony's got this weird film grain thing with their spider villain movies, and they're like, oh my God, who said no one cares about Craven? you need to stop watching us, and you need to go read Craven's Last Hunt.
The average person, Cliff, the average person does not care about Craven. That's the reality.
I don't care. Read Craven's Last Hunt. You will care about Craven. You will care about Craven.
But that's a story associated with Spider-Man, though.
But let's be realistic.
You get to know your Spider-Man villains.
But there's no Spider-Man in Craven. That's what I'm trying to say. You see, like,
exactly. The casual
you can't have like Madam Web without Spider-Man either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't.
That's why he was a baby with no name in her movie, so that you could allude to him existing.
Nah.
No, I'm not justifying that at all. I just want to say, oh my God, look at my man. Look at my man. You know what? If they're gonna go out, let them go out with this total unit of a human being. Let them go out on a high.
Yeah, exactly. Derek, spot on. Without Spider-Man, they could have done Last Hunt where he hunts Venom.
I would have watched that too. I would have watched that.
That's not bad. Honestly, that's definitely not bad.
Yeah, exactly. Harry acknowledging his tribal chief. But all right, let's keep it rolling. Moving on from Craven, guys. This was news that dropped this week that was pretty big.
They need to stop. They need to stop.
Okay, hold on. Let me give the segue and then we'll take it away. Okay, Cliff? Chris Evans has been cast in a mystery role for Avengers Doomsday. Now, we know this news broke. A lot of people were talking about certain points related to this. Now, I'm going to bring up a few points. We'll go through it one by one because I want Love for Comics and everybody to have a chance of talking about it. Chris Evans coming back. First and foremost, people were saying this is a desperation attempt from Marvel, which I personally disagree. I don't think it's desperation. I think, and then I'll let you guys say what you want on this aspect. I think this is nowhere close to desperation. In fact, if you were paying attention, even 8 years ago, we all saw Secret Wars coming. There is no way we were going to see different actors. We may see certain different actors for certain characters, but you knew you were getting these types of people back. Chris Evans was inevitable. Robert Downey Jr. was inevitable. Did we think we would see Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom? No. But we knew in some way, shape, or form, these actors are coming back. So I don't understand why people think this is a desperation attempt. If anybody with a base IQ related to Secret Wars didn't see this coming, I don't know how they missed out on that. I don't know. So
100% agree. Yeah.
I'm going to switch the rotation. Cliff, we'll save you for last. Pacino, take it away.
Oh, I totally agree with you. Like, especially that we got the Robert Downey news before this, like quite a bit before this. You knew that Chris Evans was next in line to definitely make Craven the Beaker.
Yeah, no.
But we definitely knew that he was making is making it. Even Scarlett Johansson is going to end up coming back too. You're going to see all of them come back, and they're all going to make their own appearances in Secret Wars. It's going to be their final goodbye kind of a way. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's desperate at all. Not at all.
If they're going to be recasted, absolutely. Or maybe
I think they will be recasted after the movie. It's just like their final farewell.
Yeah. Love for Comics. What do you think?
I think that, I mean, the way Doom is coming back, Robert Downey as Doom, and then Chris Evans, is he going to be like Hydra Captain America? You know what I mean? Evil Captain America. I think maybe they'll probably follow suit with all the other characters.
I hope so.
And change up their roles too.
Yeah.
Just to spice things up, I guess.
This is something I want to see. But
totally confusing, by the way.
We'll talk about it. Cliff, what do you think? Is it a desperate attempt? Did we not see this coming? What do you think?
I think this is coming out desperate, yes, because yes, you did see it coming for Secret Wars, and this was originally Kang Dynasty, okay? And I know that they've had to adjust because of situations beyond their control, but this push, this direction, this method is what reeks of desperation. And I don't know where your optimism comes from. I love how the comments are blocking my face. I don't know where your optimism comes from. Where this optimism is coming from, because I can't trust these motherfuckers with a 10-foot pole. I'm supposed to trust all of this. He better be Hydra Cap. Make it spicy. You know, it's already turning into this movie that I don't want to see. Like, I have no interest.
Oh, stop it. But you went to watch Craven?
You know what? Because at least I had 8 freaking I went for 6 abs. There was 8.
That's terrible.
You know,
absolutely terrible.
And the fight with Rhino was good. You know, but I don't know what's coming with these guys. You know, like, I don't want Robert Downey Jr. Doom. Like, I never asked for that. But you know what?
He I think
his internet gave up on him.
His internet's like, he's too hot to handle.
He's spitting fire through the wires.
You need the value for that. like, you know, I'm not like that interested. You know, like, if it's Hydra Cap, great. But if it's him coming back as Cap, even if it's just a regular old generic multiverse traveling Cap or whatever he is, you know, that's just going to infringe on our latest Captain America. I don't know. Like, I am worried. Cliff is sticky on us.
You froze completely for like a good 10, 15 seconds.
That's all that fire he's spitting through the fire.
Don't do that. I was gonna say, don't do that. I have a weak heart. Jesus Christ. So
but okay.
I liked it better when I was Comic Tom. And I did have one.
You went from one extreme to another tonight.
I just feel like, because I just feel like that, like, it is in a series of desperate moves. The Russo brothers work. Let's get them back. Everyone loves Robert. Get him back. Everyone loves Chris. Get him back. Like, it doesn't feel organic. Okay, there's my point.
Yeah. No. I could understand that perspective. On my end, like I said, I feel like I saw this coming, hands down. And like Pacino was saying, it's not going to be just Chris Evans. It's not going to be just Robert Downey Jr. We're going to see multiversal characters played by the original actors, which I'm not going to be shocked to see. We literally saw Chris Evans play Human Torch in Deadpool, and I was not surprised to see that. Well, I mean, I was.
I was surprised by him saying "flame on." I was very excited.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So that's why I'm saying
It's gonna be their own what if live action. It's kind of like homage to it. You know what I mean? So
yeah. But Cliff, you brought up a good point talking about, and so did Love for Comics, the fact that we could see a different version. And one I would love to see, of course, is Hydra Cap. Now, looking at some of the books, some people are speculating secondary market, already seeing some sales, whether it be Captain America Sam Wilson issue 7, or whether it be Secret Empire, or whether it be Captain America Steve Rogers #1, where he comes out saying "Hail Hydra." That was a big moment in comics, guys. That was huge, and I think it would be absolutely incredible to see over on the big screen. And now, Doomsday.
I want Peggy to beat the hell out of him. I want Captain Carter. I want him to show up and her be like, "Steven," and him be like, "Hail Hydra." And then I want her to beat the hell out of him. I want it to be one of the most epic battles ever. I want the shields flying and clashing and clacking, and I want her beating his face into the ground. That's just...
Now, Cliff, Cliff, all of you, I was seeing, talks of Nomad. I feel like we pretty much got Nomad already. So that's something I don't want to see. But I think if there's anything that people would really enjoy on the big screen, even the average viewer seeing, the average fan, Captain America, Hail Hydra, you have Robert Downey Jr. now as Doom. You have Chris Evans as Hail Hydra Cap.
Yeah.
Dude, this is big, right? This would show a whole different side to even their acting chops. I think this would be something awesome to see on the big screen. So I hope this does play out.
If it's good.
Yeah. Love for Comics, what do you think?
I don't know. Chris got me crying over here. I mean, Cliff got me crying over here, man. But I would love to see this. I'm hoping for this actually. So let's see what happens, and it's going to be interesting what the other characters are going to be and how they're going to portray them, and what characters are going to come out as. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think this would be amazing. Pacino, what do you think, man?
Totally on board with this. Just like, let's get it in writing somewhere. Let's sign the paper right fucking now. Let's do this.
Yeah, before they
got the
can
two
it.
extremes, right? You got Robert Downey, that Iron Man as Doom. Now you're gonna get this. I just can't wait what they throw at us. This looks like it's gonna basically be movie of the year already.
I don't know
if they go this route.
I feel like Cliff feels otherwise.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, if they do it right, I mean, it's not like they've just been hitting it out of the park left and right.
True.
It's hard to compare this to other things because there's been such a long build-up to a series like this, so you can't compare it to like Kraven, for example, right? Because there's such a long build-up. This is years of Marvel putting this stuff together.
Yeah,
that's why it feels so epic. You get what I mean?
Well, it should feel epic, but the thing
it could feel. That's right.
Right.
It
hasn't since Endgame. It ended with Endgame, and they have not recaptured that magic.
No,
they have been failing miserably and dropping the ball left and right. Although I do love me some mystical people. So Scarlet Witch, Wicked, Agatha, stay with me, girls. Stay with me. I'm here for you.
Those were good shows, yeah.
But Agatha was way better than it deserved to be, and on less budget than anybody else.
It was better than it deserved to be. You're right there.
Yes.
Yeah. What I want to mention, though, is if we were to get Hydra Cap, if you guys read Secret Empire and the entire run of where Hydra, Captain America is obviously on the side of Hydra, there's a very important character that also plays into that, and that's Kobik. If you guys don't know who that is, I suggest you go check out Avengers Standoff Omega. Is it Omega?
Pet should join us live because I want to know what he is talking about. I want to know what he is talking about. First of all,
focus. Leave my people.
And what is D&W? What the hell is D&W stand for?
Yeah. Wolverine, Deadpool put the MCU back on track. I would like to think so.
It did not put the MCU back on track. That movie doesn't have to do with the MCU. It closed out the Marvel. It closed out the Fox universe.
Yeah.
It didn't even do anything in the MCU except for, it's Elias from season 1 of Loki. That was funny. And we got the girl from the TVA. Hey, girl, I love you. What's up? But other than that,
hey. To each their own. If I have to debate Deadpool and Wolverine with you, I think we could go an entire episode. But back to Secret Empire.
Well, Wolverine, Deadpool is better than anything Sony has put. No,
I don't want to debate that. What I want to talk about is Kobik, because Kobik is a very important character tied to this entire Captain America Hail Hydra stuff. So if you guys are not familiar, I really encourage everybody go read Secret Empire because it was wonderful. I hope to see this on the big screen. I don't want to see Nomad because I feel like we pretty much got that. I would love to see this direction. I saw Covrprice saying slapstick. Yikes. I hope not, but it could happen. I really think the money is here of all the characters, or maybe we're all wrong and we just get Captain America back, right? So who knows?
Probably all wrong.
We're gonna get something stupid like Nick Fury.
No, that would be horrific, absolutely horrific. But guys,
curveball.
All right, I want to get into this. Okay, this is going to be the hot topic tonight. There's a lot to unpack here, so this might go a little while. So I hope you guys are ready for this. There's a lot of things I want to address because, social media. I at least try to think that I use my platform to really give you guys transparency and have discussions that need to be had on Instagram or on here. And I've been seeing a lot of people, whether it be YouTube channels, etc., saying that new comics are dead. And I find that to be pretty funny, to be honest. There's a lot, like I said, to unpack behind this, but some saying it's dead, some say it's on life support, some say it's the end, some say we're never going back. I don't even know where they think we've ended up, but I want to unpack this all together. So I did drop a link at the bottom. If you guys want to hop on, the invite is open to all. We have my brother Trek Wars Comics right here who just hopped on. You guys have already seen him hop on just a few weeks ago. TJ, what's going on, TJ, bro? Appreciate you.
What's up?
Yep. TJ, I asked you earlier, but I didn't see your comment. Trek Wars. We were talking about a podcast. Is that up and running?
Yeah, it's up. It's good. It's all in there.
You want to plug it? Let the people
know. Sure. Yeah, we're doing a podcast on my channel on YouTube. It's called the Local Comic Podcast, but it's right now we're just doing a one show called The Absolute Show, and it's just going to be mainly focused on the Absolute universe, and we're just going to cover each release as they come out, cover news, cover release schedules, all that stuff. So go drop a follow and check it out. Episodes drop every Tuesday right before comics come out on Wednesday. So
fantastic, man. I appreciate it. I know that you gave me some insider info on the next episode, so thank you so much, sir. Yep. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, well, you're going to have to subscribe, check it out. So please do that. Everybody in this wonderful chat. Now, back to the new comics being dead. Like I said, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about this, even in 2024, even in 2023, bro. I was seeing a lot of people say this. But as of late, quite a few people have been posting about this, and I find it strange because I totally disagree. And I'll bring some points your way. Guys, I ask everybody here, definitely chime in, give us your perspectives. We'll try to keep it in order. So, like, example, we'll go love for comics, Cliff, TJ, and then we'll go with Pacino, the muscle at the end. Huh? Don't forget, you're the muscle at the end. Yeah. But anyways, let's get into it because I want to talk about 2024 as a whole, right? Just amongst two titles. There's many more that we can dive into, and we will. We'll have these discussions, but DC revealed that Absolute Batman #1 is the highest selling comic of 2024. Sure. Periodical sold through the direct market across all printings. DC Comics tells them that them being bleeding cool. I believe Absolute Batman has sold just under 400,000 copies. So you're looking at 400,000 copies sold just for Absolute Batman. TMNT sold over 300,000 copies. You're looking at 700,000 copies just amongst these. Now, forget just these two titles. The year of 2024, I'm just curious to hear what you guys think, because I think it's been an absolutely incredible year when it comes to reads, when it comes to titles. I'm seeing high print numbers for a lot of these. What do you guys think so far of the year 2024? Because we're at the end of the year now, right? Did you guys enjoy the year when it comes to comics in general?
I did, and I was bumping into a bunch of titles that were pretty cool, like, let's say The Last Mermaid. Feral, we kind of knew that was going to happen the way it did. Yeah. And it was The Hand, and there was another one, The Finger or something. I like seeing, all these different comics at the LCS that, maybe people are not seeing at their own LCS because they're just ordering just Marvel and DC, and they're not ordering Distillery. You know what I mean? And Distillery's coming out with books all the time, and they look pretty good going into 2025.
Yeah, I agree. Cliff, 2024. What was it to you?
There were highs, there were lows. Obviously we got some serious infusion with Ultimates and Absolute, and also, but I don't know about like Batman. These high numbers like Batman and Ninja Turtles are great for the present, but like they don't match the high numbers of the past, so it's questionable where we're at. The cost of comics is major impact.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm happy you brought that up, but we're going to talk about that after.
And like, because regardless of how good everything is, it affects what I'm picking up. Seriously,
Sure.
but like, hey, I didn't see Summer Shadows coming at me this year from Dark Horse, but yes, vampires after some hot twink. Thank you everyone. Everyone at Dark Horse, thank you all. I love you. The Deviant, fantastic.
Yes.
How dare the next issue come out in February?
Yeah,
You bastard.
Pinion killed it. Yeah, killed it.
And like Absolute Wonder Woman has been pleasant, and Absolute Superman has been pleasant, and Absolute Batman is gonna make me money because people are crazy. And I've enjoyed everything Ultimates. I mean, sure, I don't super love Ultimate X-Men, but I'm hanging in there for Peach, But like, yes, overall, I'm enjoying what they're doing. I would like to see how Peach's work is going to be incorporated into the bigger picture as the return of the Maker is looming. Like, but they got me hooked like that. They got me hooked. They got me hooked with the return of the Maker. Like, it's working.
So in theory, Cliff, what it sounds like to me is that you've come across certain titles in 2024 that you're genuinely enjoying. There's some that were not hit. Some are hit, some are missed. Definitely enjoy.
And I want to say something important too, because I actually talk to people who come in and out of the comic book shop.
Yes. Your LTS is which one again?
Alternaverse in Hyde Park, New York.
There you go. Yeah.
I encourage people to like try and actually have conversations in the comic book shop. Like, so I see new readers who've shown up for Ultimates, they've shown up for Absolute Batman, or they've just shown up for like, what was it? Bloodsuckers, whatever.
Blood Hunt.
Yeah, they showed up for Blood Hunt, which I actually also enjoyed. And I was down for Blood Hunt for the fun of it, and then it actually turned out to not suck.
Yeah.
Pun intended. But like, I've seen these people show up, and some of these people where I'm like, oh my God, why are you reading that trash? And they tell me, and I'll sit there and I'll listen to them about why they love this book that I have disdain for. And you know what? It's because these characters imprinted on me ages ago. And now, this is a new generation of readers as well. So I'm trying to be more accepting, and every so often I'll have a moment of like, oh, you like this? Let me go get this trade out of my trunk that you could read, and like just try to do my best.
That's great. I'm happy to hear that. Now, before we get to TJ, I just want to bring up a few comments because some of the people are saying that it was a stellar year for indies. Covrprice bringing up some great information, saying that Dynamite, Keenspot, Oni, and Image all saw their highest sales and biggest successes ever this year in 2024. So that is phenomenal news to hear, right? So new comic book day. Don't forget the main discussion of what we're having here. Are new comics dead? I will get to my final verdict once we get to the end of this conversation. But just amongst these titles and these distributors, you're hearing straight from Covrprice, having their highest sales, which shout out to all of them. But now we'll look at these. Okay. Absolute Batman now hitting its third print, 400,000 copies. TMNT had an abundance, a shitload of exclusives that were tied to those numbers, guys. Don't forget that, okay? Exclusives were out the wazoo. I don't know where these exclusives came from for TMNT, but dear Lord, I feel like everybody had one. I'm surprised Cliff and myself didn't have one. That's how many were in existence. But still impressive numbers. And I'm not just going to shine on these two titles. I'm not going to shine multiple titles, but I will talk facts when it comes to what the message is coming out of from certain content creators, etc. what I think, and I'm curious to hear what everyone else has to say. TJ, what do you think, 2024 has been for comics? I think it's been thriving.
So in the idea of New Comic Book Day, I think the biggest thing for 2024, at least for the last couple of years, isn't so much that comic books are dead or new comic books are dead. It's just they haven't been very good all the time. There hasn't always been just a killer series. And you look at 2024 and the strides with the Energon universe, with TMNT, with the Absolute universe and the Ultimates. It's just they're giving people a reason to come back. And with the ultimate universe and the Absolute universe, they're giving people a jumping off point. It makes it easier for new people to come in and enter into the universe, so they don't feel like they have to go back and either buy, nobody going to go back and buy 50 issues. They might, or go back and buy a bunch of trades to try to catch up. They can just jump into a brand new universe, start fresh. And it seems like 2024 has slowly kind of snowballed here towards the end, and we're just getting hit book after hit book after hit book. But to Cliff's point, price is the biggest problem, and people don't have unlimited funds to go out and buy every single book that they think they should buy, or that they feel like they should buy, or what people are telling them to buy. So I think the biggest thing for me is that comics haven't really been dead. Just to my original point, they just haven't all been really, really not as good as they have been this year for the last couple of years. So I think that's the biggest thing. You got to have, if the book isn't good, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more. Pacino, what's your take on 2024 so far?
Look, if you want to compare it, the way I see it is, if you go back to the 90s, there was a shitload of comics, but they were still selling well, right? Supposedly. That's what we like to compare it to. The new, exactly like what Trek said, having all these new series start off with new universes has a good effect on the hobby, because it's bringing a lot of people that I know that stopped reading books back into reading books.
Yeah.
So it's a slippery slope, because I don't see a lot of younger kids, like the 8, 9, 10-year-olds coming to bookshops.
I do.
I don't see as many. I see a lot of older guys starting to read more, coming back into certain universes, because look at all the really good reads, Absolute Batman, all these older series, revamping them. It tends to be a lot of older people, right, that grew up reading the original Batman or the original Transformers and stuff like that, right?
But yes, you're right. But Pacino, I do want to put something out there, because you brought it up, right? Kid readers, guys, that is huge and very important, because us, as content creators, and I find it strange because the majority of us, I thought we were in this for the fact that we love comic books, right? So that we're creating content because we want to, disconnect from our bullshit reality that we all have and come and talk comics. That's what I thought this was about, at least when I started YouTube. But I've clearly seen other people within the field, and their message tends to be a little different. Now, you spoke about kids. There's a world outside of the big two, right? Out of Marvel, DC, and it even goes as far as fucking Scholastic. Now, just to give you guys an idea, Absolute Batman pales in comparison to Dogman and the Scarlet Shedder, which had a 5 million copy print run in 2024, and in between March and June of this year, sold 880,000 copies in the US and sold 103,000 in the UK alone in August. It's well over 1 million copies at this stage, coming up to 2. Now, again, this to us is not a comic book, right? But it's comic book format. This is great for kids. These are the types of things that we want to see. And like I said, there's big things outside of the big two that are very important to the hobby and crucial. What do you think a kid is doing? He's picking this up and eventually seeing these superheroes might fall into, I don't know, Spider-Man, whatever it may be. Now, again, outside the big two, we were talking indie series. Did you know that Energon Universe sold 3 million copies amongst all titles? This is huge. The 3 biggest Hasbro comic launches of all time. So we have Void Rivals, which is thriving, and it doesn't end there, guys. There's Ghost Machine. I can go on forever on how many great comics currently exist right now. I think as readers, we are eating fucking good when it comes to comics at this point. I will say there's been a time where it's been shit. I think we can all agree there's a few titles that hit here and there. but I think there's something for everybody.
But I feel like it's more of sorry to cut you off, but I feel like it's more of a lot of older reading starting to get out of their Marvel or DC bubbles and exploring other options.
Yes, absolutely. Now, back to this, we were talking about these two, but guys, another thing I see people talking about is, well, spec is keeping comic books alive, which I find absolutely hilarious because majority of these people that are actually saying this are actually shitting all over New Comic Book Day. So, that being said, let's bring up just these three titles. Doom. Doom did incredibly well on the secondary market. Did it do well at the print? A lot of people slept on this for some reason. I don't know why. Jonathan Hickman, fuck, sign me up. You don't even need to tell me anything more. Doing Doctor Doom, let's go. But there are people who slept on this. We'll get back to Doom in just a second. Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 1. That did amazing on the secondary market, still holding relatively well. We're seeing sales of over $150 Canadian for CGC 9/8. The black suits, there was multiple variants. We all saw those. Did amazing. Transformers 1 surpassed, I think it was 100,000 copies. Now, all three of these issues, I'm going to ask you guys openly. Is there anything spec related to these issues? Nope. Absolutely.
No, they were all great reads.
Yeah,
I'm not specking anything on Doom. I'm not specking first Transformers. I'm not specking a new Spider-Man Ultimate Universe XWG. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Fantastic reads.
So Pacino, what I'm getting at, I don't know if Cliff rose.
It's a great phrase.
But
yes,
but these were all spec books.
Are they?
Doom. Doom was under the radar, but Ultimate Spider-Man was definitely a spec book. Transformers was definitely a spec book. People couldn't stop. Void Rivals already existed, so people were already foaming over Transformers.
But what's the key? What's the key in Transformers 1?
That it's Transformers 1 in the Intercon universe. Plus, they kill a Transformer, bam, right in the first issue. You know? So, like, if you want to call it, remember, being in issue 1 is one reason to be a key. But they killed somebody too. Ultimate Spider-Man. Is it a key for being number 1? Yes. Is it a key for introducing his kids? Yes, absolutely.
In that universe, though, his kids in that universe, exactly.
And then Doom. I mean, just nobody saw it coming. I think the reason that book elevated was because the people who bought it immediately, like me, were like, "Damn, this is good." And then you have the freaking Sanford Green cover and forget about it. Then people just went crazy
and
for
the
it.
MF Doom tribute.
The MF Doom tribute. I mean, it just the layers as to why people slept on it but went for it. But people sleeping on Ultimate Spider-Man, they were just not ready.
That was a sleeper.
But it was a spec book. Transformers was a spec book. We could go back in time on Covrprice. We could go back in time in YouTube videos. People spec'd on these books a lot. So I almost everybody I can possibly every other person I can remember was like, I'm getting all the Ultimate Spider-Man covers. So I get
but are you really buying the Ultimate Spider? What I want to say, are you buying the Ultimate Spider-Man for the first appearance of his kids in that universe, or for how good the story was?
Exactly.
Well, ultimately, it has proven to be about how good the story is, right? But we also can't deny that these were spec books. So that muddies the situation.
Spec with a very small key. Yeah, there was upside to that book for sure. There's always upside when you have any new something in a book, right?
Yes. So Spider-Man here, Ultimate Spider-Man and Transformers came with spec feet on them.
I say more Spider-Man than Transformers, but I'll agree with you there.
But again, if we want to talk spec, okay, I'm bringing these three titles, but I can bring an entire 2024 list of things that clearly I didn't see shops speculating on Ultimate Spider-Man. And in fact, yes, there were a lot of copies that were printed, but man, those on the secondary market were going bananas. Yes. If anybody had spec'd correctly when it comes to, example, the Absolute Universe, or if it comes to Ultimate Spider-Man, these are the books you would have been speculating on. These are the books we would have seen heavily printed. These are the books that I consider spec books because you have the first appearance of Ultimate Spider-Man in Ultimate Invasion #1. DC All In gave us the holy fucking trinity of
Absolute.
absolute Batman, absolute Superman, absolute Wonder Woman. These are worthy of spec books. These are selling relatively well, still after the fact of launch, still after people have read it. It is not spec that's keeping comics alive, in my opinion, guys. Sure,
It's
there
the
are people
stories.
that are going to comic shops. Maybe they have FOMO or whatever it may be. But I disagree with the fact that flippers and etc. are keeping the hobby alive. No, we do not thrive on the secondary market. If you
That's
are
right.
picking up shops, don't thrive on that shit unless they're shady, because there are shops, unfortunately, that are shady. With books like this, they might order 100 copies and they're going to put 2 on the shelf and keep the rest for themselves for their eBay store. Cool, they're allowed to do that.
Yeah,
That
but
is totally
scalping comes down to price versus demand. That's all it means.
Exactly.
That's the only thing it means.
Exactly. Now, I do want to bring up a very, very good question, because Covrprice is asking, saying that, Marvel Legends and Fortnite are key entries for tweens and teens. You can't tell it's a new readers when the first issue booms in price due to casual fans not knowing what a character like Jeff's first appearance. And this is a perfect example, because I've spoken about this in the past, especially when it comes to
one. That's
bringing
right.
in the future, They just grabbed the number one. The question
That's
is,
right.
how do you sustain these new fans? How do we help them in? Here's a solid first idea for you guys. Stop making content shitting on everything comic related, because nobody wants to be part of a hobby when they see, oh, this is tanking, this is horrible. Don't do that. Welcome the new readers. Let's start with that.
Well, how about you stop doing after 10 issues, starting a new series at number one, so that you can actually go back and start reading some of the older shit.
I can't stand
Wait. Okay, let us be fair. The context of the statement is what we, part of the community, can do, right? But we can't do the Marvel and the DC.
Oh no, we can't.
We do, right? Like me talking to a new reader in the shop and then telling me how much they love Jean Grey, and me running to the car and grabbing a Jean Grey trade for them.
Yeah.
Did I freeze?
Nope.
Oh, thank God. Okay, good.
Exactly. Let's keep it rolling, man. Love for comics. What do you think of some of the things we just brought up?
Well, everyone slept on Ultimate Spider-Man. I know that right away. I had the black suit ones. They just went the fastest, of all the books that I had in the marketplace. And I wish I would have kept one. They were going for like $80.
At that price, you gotta let it go.
That was crazy. No, they had to go. I had to get rid of them. Transformers, it's a pop classic. You know what I mean? And I love Transformers as a kid, and I still love them now. And Doom. I mean, what sold me on the Doom cover was Galactus. you can't really see him in here, but you see him in the Virgin. But then when that MF Doom tribute, okay, all right, it makes sense why this book is hot.
For sure.
No, the Ultimate Spider-Man people slept on. It was under ordered. And I was so lucky to grab so many just because I grabbed them. I grabbed a lot of all the covers.
Yeah.
And then it just blew up in my face. The same thing with, look at Absolute Batman. What happened with that?
Yeah.
It's a whole new fresh take on stuff. And, that's what people want to see. One of the books that surprised me too was Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees. I had people that were, hey, did the new issue come out? Did the new issue come? It kind of reminded me when I was a kid and I used to run to the comic shop. Is the new X-Men here? Did the new Kitty Pryde Wolverine come in? It reminded me of that. So.
And it breaks my heart when shops, because it's happened to me, man. And I think everyone's very familiar with the story. I had an LCS where I was just looking for an issue of Miles Morales for the sake of read. I had no idea it was even a spec book. I go to the guy, I'm like, hey, do you have this issue of Miles Morales? And he's like, I don't have any more. And then he pulls it from somebody's pull list and he's like, look, I have this copy that I can give to you for $20. In my head, I was thinking to myself, dude, one, you don't know that I'm doing what I do. Like, I am a fucking YouTuber, if you want to label me one. Like, I read actively. I'm very familiar with what's going on right now. What you just told me is on the secondary market, this is now a $20 book. You would do that to a fucking client who you have no idea who this guy is, right? He had no idea. I'm not a regular in the shop. You're taking it out of someone's pull box to give it to me at a premium because you want to make a quick buck. You're going to fuck over your dedicated client who clearly has a 30 pull box.
Who probably
imagine that was a kid that just walked in, right? That's what you would do. So I'm going to touch on some shops as well as we continue within this conversation, but rather quickly, you guys were talking about some of these books that exploded. I think Lefteros brings up a great point, guys, because it is the facts. Negativity is driving the fair market value on release. People go around saying comics are dead. You know, certain people doing content, and then people don't FOC. That's the problem. Is we're putting such a negative spin on the hobby that people are like, fuck this, right? They look at new comics and they just turn a blind eye. And then when it comes out at release, what happens? These books spike. And then on release, people are like,
the FOMO.
Exactly. It kicks in. People saying they're dead is actually helping the spec because people like ourselves are picking up these copies, right? We're capable of picking them up. Love, you were just telling me you were posting them online. You know what I mean? People are paying the premium. That's exactly what happens.
I feel like the people in this community don't realize how small this community actually is and how small this hobby is compared to other hobbies.
Amen.
So the smallest little thing sets everything ablaze. You know what I mean? The wrongest, let's say like someone shitting on a book spreads like wildfire, goes all over the place. It's not like a huge, like the sports card collectible or the Pokemon collectibles where there's all kinds of people shitting on each other. There's not even the fact of comics. There's the people that collect only trades. There's the people that only collect omnibuses. It's comic collecting itself is such a niche market, and it's so small that even the tiniest thing derails everyone off of it.
And it's very important that you bring that up, man. TJ, I feel bad because we got to get you talking here. We got to get you talking.
You're good. You're good.
But great point. But, you know, because, yes, man, there's things outside of comics. Guys, this is
manga. Bring up manga sales. They destroy comics 10 times. It's crazy.
Forget
manga doesn't change.
Yeah, but
it doesn't. It has kept the same format for over 50 years.
Yes, forget manga for just a second. If we're going to talk, you know, comic books, this is IP marketing is what they're doing. You have comic books, you got trade paperbacks, you have fucking omnibuses, you literally have digital platforms. Digital reading is a thing, guys, and there's nothing wrong with that. Marvel Unlimited, right? You subscribe, you could read online. Then how is the hobby dying? I really do not understand some of the points that are coming out from people. Guys, what do you think?
I think it was a great year for comics, man. You know, artists, writers, you know, just it was an overall great year. Look what happened with Mark Spears, like out of nowhere, pow, monsters, and it's like exploding, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to the future too, man. Like I can't wait for Bronze Faces to come out. I can't wait for Prodigal Son to come out. You know what I mean? There's books that are coming in 2025 that I want to check out. You know, so I'm excited for what's coming. I don't think this is dead. I think if anything, you know, it's gonna just bring on new readers, you know, and the hobby's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going.
Yeah. Now, TJ, for sure, I want to hear from you. Your thoughts on all of these topics we actually just brought up, man.
Yeah. No. I think the biggest focus has to be on keeping the new readers, which is I think what Covrprice brought up, and even JSS was talking about it too. There has to be some kind of, I mean, even at the shop level, even at a fan level, to kind of find a way to keep these people here. And I think kind of what you guys were talking about, everybody just shitting on books, and on release they're shitting on books. And well, I've never understood the point of it other than just like some people are saying in the comments for clicks and views, and it's deterring people from finding something they might like. And hell, somebody may love a book and it may be what keeps them, and you know, what keeps them interested in comics, and what keeps the love for comics sparked for them. And everybody might think it's a pile of shit, but if it works for them, cool. That's cool. That's one more person that's coming back, and they may find something else. So on top of that, the sales numbers themselves, I mean, I've seen it depends on what data you're looking at, but for 2022 and 2023, the combination of physical, trade paperback, and digital sales are much higher than they were in 2020 and in 2019. So the sales are pretty strong. So I think it's just kind of hard to say. Like, I don't know how you can actually say that it's dead unless you're just trying to make a point to make a point.
Yeah.
How are 95% of comic buyers speckers? How is that possible? How is that a thing?
No idea.
I think that like if that's like based on your environment, like please report, right? Because my comic shop, it is not like it's like 2 speckers, like that's it. Yeah,
Yeah, but our specker's really bad for the hobby, though.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, like most people I know, they're buying their comics because they want to read them. I mean, like if there's any book I bought like loosely in the name of spec, it's been Absolute Batman, because I'm like, wow, people are going nuts for this, you know. But everything else I'm reading it for me, you know, right. And I'm buying it for me.
Sorry to cut off, but that's the difference from like 2021 till 2024, right? Or 2021, when everything was exploding, there was this huge wave of speculation,
guys
coming into the market to try to flip.
But guys,
now you see more that people reading what they like.
But you know, just putting it out there though, spec and covers have been a part of the game.
Oh yeah, forever. I'm like, saying the majority. Yeah.
I'm going back to early 2000s. Easy. You know what I mean? Like this is not something fucking new, and it's not keeping the hobby alive.
It's not keeping the hobby. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. But now when I go to a shop, I talk to people. It's more about what they're reading. No one's buying. Oh, I'm buying this because I'm specking on this character. Let's say. Or not that it's bad for the hobby. I'm just saying more and more people I talk to are reading what they love. And that's the whole point.
For sure. But look, there was talk in the chat about digital reading and many other platforms that exist. There's zero speculation or spec on covers or anything when it comes to digital platforms. Yet people still subscribe to these things because they enjoy it, right? So when I see people, again, saying the things that they're saying, it blows my mind. Let's go to music, right? TJ, you and I have a lot in common when it comes to music. So look, music has shifted, right? It's no longer the same thing it was when people were buying CDs or buying cassettes, buying vinyls. Sure, there's collectors of such things, but it is not what it used to be. My fucking new car, it's a 2024, doesn't have a fucking CD player. But what is it? It's digital platforms. We have Spotify. We have things like that, right? What happened to music? Is it dead? No. The musicians and the labels adapted, right? And that's the problem with a lot of people in this hobby, whether it even be shops. Shops themselves are failing, not because the hobby is dying. They're refusing to fucking adapt. That's the reality. You look and factor some of the things like Cliff brought up, the cost of comics. Dude, you factor overhead, you factor everything for a brick and mortar. You're not making much profit, dude. Yes. You're making bare minimum. The cost of a comic for a retailer is like probably what, $1, $2 at most.
No. It is 55% off cover if they have the maximum, if they have the
100,000 threshold, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so that's what I'm getting at.
They can be chasing ratios too, so that'll basically give you a bunch of books that maybe it will sit on the shelf. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. Now, and then they're sitting on their stock. Now I had to learn the hard way about how the ratios help them. Right? If you pay somebody at ratio, so like if you buy a 1 in 25 at $25, right? That basically just helped pay for roughly 24 copies of that book of the A cover, right? So like that's the good it's doing. So when something goes for double ratio, like a 1 in 100 goes for 200, and the shop owner can make that 200, that's great. It really helps negate a lot of that cost that it took to qualify for that book in the first place.
That's right.
But it is really hard when your maximum discount is 55%, and then you're still keeping the lights on, you're still paying for the shipping, you're paying for shipping to everybody and their mother, because now you can't order from one place anymore, which is cool, but now you're literally forced to order from 3 places instead of, oh, I have a new choice. It's like, no, you're forced to order from 3 different places. So these are facts. Of course, I'm like best friends with my LCS owner, so I know everything, right? Like I hear everything.
Yes. Now
it is hard. It's very hard.
Cliff, Chiapet saying your job of a comic shop is to know what is happening and make sure you have the books people want. Yes, at all times. Now, when you look at some of these shops, Lefthero was bringing up online shops. I've noticed, post-pandemic, we have a lot of options as such. when you FOC, this is not a fucking infomercial for pre-ordering your books, but it is your cheapest way of getting them, right? If you want to make sure that is your way of doing so. Don't you
Or
hate
waiting 5 years for them.
Yeah, but when you come to an LCS and they do these shenanigans of you're going through their bins, you spend an hour, you are diving, you finally get to the cash, and they're like, "Oh, let me check eBay." This is what I mean by
horrible.
adapting.
That's just tasteless, you
Yeah,
know.
but this is what I mean by adapting. So I think a lot of LCSs that are closing, majority of them are just shooting themselves in the foot. It's not the hobby that's dying, man. There's a lot of things you could factor. Shops are closing, yes, they are. But like I said, a lot of them refuse to adapt. A lot of them refuse to keep up with what's happening in the hobby. A lot of them are still dead set in their ways when they opened the shop in 1980, right? So that's the problem. But myself, I like to think that as a reader, we're eating really fucking good. 2024 was amazing when it comes to reads. Whether we talk Energon Universe, the Ghost Machine stuff, Ultimate Universe, Absolute, you name it. Cliff, you mentioned some titles by Dark Horse, right? That you're really enjoying, and that is absolutely amazing to hear. But just because your LCS sucks, it doesn't mean the hobby does. And I think people need to understand that.
And not every LCS sucks. By the way, I had an LCS for 1 year. I couldn't make it, and I didn't do any shenanigans. You know, if anything, I lost 3 of my favorite levels. I still cry. Like, it is just tough. Like the even though I had like a discounted rent, like my landlord didn't give a shit, and he was like shocked that I didn't want to renew. And now I'm like, I'm out. I'm doing an out of business sale, you know. Yeah. And
it's tough business.
Like, yeah, it really is. So yeah, are there shitty ones and they're kind of asking to be closed? Sure. Are some of it sad? Like one of the LCS, one of my childhood LCSs, it closed because the owner got cancer. And then that was it. And her family had no interest in keeping it going. You know, she was it. She was that bitch, and I loved her. Everybody loved her, and then it was over, and it was the end of an era. Yeah, some people constantly being priced out by their landlord. I mean, now that we're safe, I could talk about this openly. But my LCS, I didn't know that the landlord was the baddest like real estate mofo in my whole tri-state area, right? And I was quivering over him renegotiating the lease. Anyhow, it's all good, and we have an LCS for 10 more years, thank God. But like, it was terrifying. I don't know who the biggest, baddest real estate person is in your area, but imagine that it's the name you see on every park bench, on every billboard, on the radio, on the TV, on your channel 12 or your channel 61 or your channel 1, wherever you live, and it's that mofo. That mofo is your friend's landlord. It is scary.
TJ, what do you think? I love for comics. I want to hear from you guys when it comes to LCSs. You know, some of the shady practices, not keeping up with the times, not adapting. Like I said, music, vehicles, things have changed in time, right? People adapt, we move forward. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I see that, like, I'm not an LCS, but just ordering I order from all over the place, and I'm basically putting out all this money. Hence why you see like all these short boxes everywhere. Of comics. A lot of this stuff is, some of it is stuck inventory. What am I gonna do? I do a dollar bin for a book that I paid, $3 for, $2 for. It's hard to keep the lights on. You got all these expenses, and stuff happens in your life. Oh, the boiler broke down, and then now you can't order enough books. You were gonna order 20 of those books. Now you got to order 5 because you had to pay another expense. And the thing with the landlords, some landlords are cool because they know that, let's say that LCS is going to bring foot traffic to all the other businesses in the area. So that's great when you have a landlord like that. Some landlords, they're just about the bottom dollar, and and they don't care. And then they might have an ulterior motive to put something else. Oh, the Wingspot wants to jump in that location, and they're gonna give me triple what these guys are doing. And they're gonna sign a 99-year lease. So it's tough for an LCS. I could never do it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
But the problem is blaming the hobby for their shortcomings is what I'm trying to say is the problem, right?
Amen. Amen.
Yep.
TJ.
But okay, but I don't see LCSs out there blaming the hobby for their shortcomings. I mean, yes, we are talking about some who are just a disaster, but it's also hard, like, to get people through your doors, like
It is.
people's disposable income, it's not the same. And although some people enjoy reading stuff, they may come in for a trade, but they could get the trade for 55% off Amazon. You have that against you as well. So it is very hard. So yes, I hate that there are places out there that they don't treat you right. There's one 7 minutes down the road for me. My LCS is 20 minutes for me. The one 7 minutes down the road for me, the owner just does not treat customers with respect. And guess what? Still open. People still shop there regularly. The one thing is that he's doing right is that he's got your books ready for you, and his staff is nicer than him. But that ain't right for me, because when I do have a problem, I don't want you thinking about how stupid I am because I have a problem. I just want you to fix it.
Yeah. TJ, talk to me, baby.
Yeah, no, I think everybody's making good points here. My personal experience is really other stuff outside of comics, I think, are what are keeping some of the local ones around me up. So there's a robust card, TCG. There's a robust TCG market where I'm at, and they pack the places out every single weekend, and it always ends up in comic sales for them. But the cards are what's keeping them up, and that's they've sort of adapted. The one thing that a lot of them haven't adapted to, except some of the bigger ones around here, are when they're ordering, they go through these periods of where they over order. They don't leverage online tools. They don't have online shops. They don't adapt. You were talking about digital platforms for music. They don't leverage that, and they end up over ordering, and then they try to overcorrect and then under order. And you go in there on New Comic Book Day, and there's nothing there. Even the biggest books, there's nothing there, and it's just a recipe for disaster, just because they can be a little stubborn. Now, I'm not knocking LCSs. It's just it's just the nature of the beast sometimes that, you will occasionally, maybe it's ignorance, maybe it's, just,
I think it's too much, trying to handle too much at the same time. Right?
You've got so many avenues of revenue, or so many streams of revenue that you're trying to make squeeze some penny out of in a hobby shop that, maybe you just let the comics sit and you focus on things that are getting you more immediate income. So every shop's different. And I think that's kind of the thing of it. And I think I see a lot of these comments in here. People talk about, I have 2 comic shops, 2 LCSs, and even Cliff, you were talking about that too. And, you go to one for one thing and you go to another for another thing. And it all depends on exactly what you need at that time. And it's great. But if you are in a town where it's the only comic shop or the only hobby shop for 100 miles, which happens, and it's a bad shop, you're in a bad place. I mean, you can't. It's a hard time. You have a hard time trying to support that LCS.
Well, thankfully, you have online shops nowadays too, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
It's not like you're back in the 80s,
but I think
you can't order from Comic Legion
I see the chat is highly favoring online shopping.
But I think that the ultimate goal should be to try to funnel that money to the LCSs to keep them up, right? I mean, for a consumer, we're spoiled. We can get a book wherever we want, whenever we want, however we want, but we want to be able to walk into that shop and give our money to those people who are helping fuel the hobby, that are helping keep comic books alive for everybody in the community. So you want to do that. It's just, unfortunately, that's not always a reality, just for a myriad of reasons. There's no single reason as to why LCS shops are struggling. They're all different.
Exactly. So look, I'm happy because each one of you brought a different perspective as to why these shops are possibly closing. Even the chat shouting out your LCSs for being honest shops, good shops. I'm proud of you guys, because I think a lot more of that needs to be heard and said at the forefront, right? Because when I look at some of the content creators and some of the things coming out on social media, I'm just like, my God, if I was just a regular person scrolling by, I'd be like, whoa, fuck comics, right? You know what I mean? Like, that is the image we are putting out. And it's mind-boggling, because I look at people like you, Love for Comics, who's sitting on what? You must have at least 60 long boxes behind you.
plus.
His foundation's built on comics.
Exactly. That's probably what his house is built of. But you know what I mean? Do we want to make people shy away from these things because we're probably bitter about certain things? Maybe that you cut new comic books from your budget and now you're using your platform to justify your narrative. I don't understand that. You're shitting on FOMO, but then again, you're capitalizing it. I'm watching these same people saying, yeah, screw FOMO, but hey, by the way, on Whatnot tonight, I'm selling It's Jeff #1. I don't get that. I really don't get it. Like I said, some of these shops, there's many reasons as to why. As you guys all said, we all gave different ideas, perspectives as to why they're closing up, etc. And it's not really a good thing because the more shops that close down locally, what do you think these shops are doing? You think they're going back to eBay and selling these books individually? No, they're closing shop. They're going to go up to the next LCS and be like, hey, what are you going to give me for my collection? And then what happens? They monopolize and you're paying premium. That's pretty much what happens. As TJ was saying, you would hope that you get a shop that is a good shop and not a shitty shop that is staying afloat, right? That's what we don't want. But to say that comics themselves are dead, especially new comics, especially in 2024, I don't get it. I really do not get it at all. I think the hobby's doing great. There's multiple options when it comes to reading comics. Like I said, bring up Scholastic, you bring up fucking regular trade paperbacks, you bring up Omnibus, you bring up anything, digital platforms, everything is out there right now, and I don't see it dying. In fact, I think these writers, these stories that are being told, Spider-Man guys, whether you like it or not, will be here hundreds of years after us, way after, we finally clock out for good. I don't think these IPs are going anywhere. I'm happy to see that indie comics have done very well in 2024. Indie comics in the pandemic started to really do well. I myself used to shy away from indie comics. And in the pandemic, what did I find myself doing? Going back to read whatever I neglected, right? And here I was reading Something is Killing the Children, discovered Department of Truth. And then let me go even further. Let's start reading other things, right? That's what happened at that point in time. I don't understand the narrative. Like I said, some of these people that are doing this, I think it's just lazy and they want clicks. You bought comics during the pandemic. I brought up the pandemic. Now you're probably looking at your books with regret, wondering why the fuck did I buy these, and you're making stupid videos.
But that's the same like everything. You could say the same with stocks. You could say the same with any other investment. Like if you're looking at it as an investment, that's your problem right there, right? You're reading it for the stories first and foremost. That's the way I see it, right?
Yeah.
And look, how many shops do we have around this Black Crown? We have at least over a dozen, I would say. Easy.
Yeah, easy.
Every shop has their own thing, like Trek was saying, right? So like one shop does this well, so we go support that shop. We go to this shop because this shop ships very well, so I'll pay that 10 cent, 20, 50 cent premium because I know they ship my books and I get them perfect condition. So everyone, this one has cards. Sometimes I kill two birds with one stone. Maybe I'm closer to this area, right? So they're all eating. They're all doing fine. I don't see any of them really saying they're closing their doors, right?
No, exactly. Dude, there's shops here that have existed for over 30 years.
Some are doing it the old school way. Some are doing it the new school way. Most of them don't even have online sales.
Yeah, look, Dan, I just want to bring up your comment because by no means am I pinpointing any single individual. It's just something I've seen across multiple individuals that have been doing this. Like I said, I don't understand their position or why they're doing this. I think what I've said is probably the majority of the reasons, whether it's due to regret, whether because they've cut it out and now they're trying to justify themselves, whatever it is, because in my honest opinion, not because I see it by being part of Covrprice, just common knowledge, guys. Not everybody here is a YouTuber. Pacino, you hop on and off every now and then. Love for comics. You're not active, right? TJ, you just kicked it off. Cliff, I suggest everybody subscribe to Cliff on Comics, doing great content. But, we all see it on the secondary market. Look, we were just talking in the market report, Ultimate Universe Year 1. The first appearance of Ultimate Wolverine. Now it's already blown up. New comics are not dead. People are missing out on these because so many people are just shitting on New Comic Book Day. And I don't mind because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm fucking scooping them up. I'll be that guy that's gonna post them at $40 if that's what it's gonna be, right?
Yeah.
Can I do a shameless plug?
Absolutely.
What do I do with these books? You want to know? Every week, I do 42 giveaways on Whatnot. 21 on Tuesday and 21 on Thursday. I give away sets, I give away slabs, and I give away signed books in that order. You know, sets, line, and that. So basically, I do a buyer's participation show. All you gotta do is jump in, buy one book, and just hang out the show. You might walk out of there with 10 books by the end of the day. I do 20 buyer's appreciations, and I do a final buyer's banger at the end, which last week I gave out a slab, a Spawn 1, a Trade and Virgin set, and 2 signed books. I gave away a double signed Absolute Batman last week, part of the buyer's banger. So basically, I give away to the community. Am I making money? If I was doing it for the money, I'd be closed down already. You know,
dude, we appreciate that. We appreciate that. Derek, I want to bring out your question because you're asking what's your definition of the hobby. I'm just specifically talking about New Comic Book Day right now. New comics in general. People talking about new comics being scrap, being shit, that they're no good, etc. The hobby is dying because of that. New comics were just not successful and all of that. Those shenanigans that I brought up tonight. That is what I'm talking about. Now, if you want to start talking slabs, that's another episode. If you want to start talking about exclusives, let me tell you, I definitely have an opinion when it comes to exclusives and ratios. I feel a certain way. There's a lot of shady things that happen amongst those guys. Yeah. That's the sad reality, and that's what I want to bring forth every week with you guys. I just want to shed some light on all these things. So, guys, I'm so happy we got to have this conversation tonight. Thank you all who joined. Talk to me, Love for Comics. Are you doing this for real or what?
For real.
Holy shit. Guys, we have a giveaway tonight.
The chat.
Damn, okay.
So 25, 9.8.
Make that Moon Knight happen, baby.
Oh, hold up. Love, I'm going to put you up on the big screen for just a second while I set up the StreamYard giveaway tool. Now, guys, Love for Comics has been super supportive of this channel. One of the nicest guys, always sharing the story to his stories. And I want to shout out everybody. For some reason, you all share my show to your stories on Instagram. I get tagged significantly. If I miss one, I apologize, but I appreciate every single one of you. It means a lot. Love for Comics being one of those that's always supporting and loving. Please support him back. Show some love to Love for Comics. You were just talking about Whatnot, etc. So if everybody could go and subscribe, be up to date with his stuff.
I'm gonna give away.
His Whatnot streams are legitimately great. I've been to several of them. They're awesome.
That's amazing. Thanks, DJ. But guys, I'm gonna let Love for Comics choose what the hashtag is. Don't put it in until I tell you. So, Love, what are we doing?
You already know. Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. That's what we're doing.
The chat already knows.
All right. Hashtag Moon. Holy shit! I already have 13 entries. Not bad. Not bad. So that's the giveaway tonight. Love for Comics. Thank you so much because you
sign me out.
I've been dying to actually send you. I was gonna send you some books your way, but lately I sent Paperweight. I wanted to surprise Paperweight with some stuff for his content for him and his daughter. You know, they do their little show, which is awesome. And I was saying to myself, you know what? It was cheaper to send a UPS, but I was like, you know what? Let me send a post office. It's gonna get there faster. I'm gonna pay the extra money, and then this whole strike happened. So
yeah,
it's stuck right now.
Dude, if ever you plan on sending anything my way, please let me know in advance. I will happily pay you. Don't do that, please. Like, thank you so much.
I didn't care. I didn't care about the money. I just wanted. I wanted all three. I wanted Sebastian, his daughter, and him to get these books and be like, oh wow, you know.
Yeah. All right, guys. While we gather these hashtags, let's do some shameless plugs. Pacino, I'm gonna move you out of the way because, like I said, you're boring and you don't do YouTube. But
one though, by the way,
this guy's wearing Green Bay. TJ's gonna snap. It's gonna come through the screen, bro. But yeah, TJ, you're a Panthers fan, right?
Yeah, so I don't have anything to be happy about ever.
Yeah, exactly.
The pain is real.
Let's shameless plug everybody. We'll go around the clock, and we have Love for Comics. You just plugged your Whatnot. You have anything else?
Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have a YouTube, but it's not. I don't on YouTube. I did today. Today's my debut, guys. Today, actually, I don't even show my face on stream, so
This
a
is
lot
amazing.
of you now know what I look like.
If you got to spec on
retro.
anything, spec on this episode as his first appearance. There you go.
That's it. First appearance. This is a key. This show 73 already. So congrats to you on 73, man. I think when I jumped on, it was like 45, and then now we're at 73. Amazing show, and this is why I support it, because of you and because of everything you do for the community. Because you don't even have to be doing this. You know what I mean?
Dude, I do it all for free, man. Just want to hang out with you guys and talk comics, man. Because like I said, there's way too much negativity for some reason in it. So I'm happy to come and talk comics with you guys. Lefteros, absolutely. Shout out to Paperweight and his kids. It was actually his son's birthday, so happy birthday to him. Paperweight is a brother. Cliff, you got to meet him. You saw what kind of fucking shenanigans go on when we're all together. I think you saw some of that.
Most of them enjoy sleep a lot. It's great.
Yeah, right. Who the hell slept? Who the hell slept? But yeah, man.
I first slept.
Dude, you were the one who fucking bailed. There was a night where literally Cliff looks at me and he's like, "I'm going to bed. I can't. I'm going to bed. I can't stay with you guys."
Yeah, no, like listen, and my bedroom was half an hour away. I was like, all right, like I gotta go home. I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to my motel.
That was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. TJ, talk to us, man, about the new podcast that you launched.
Yeah. So new podcast on my YouTube channel. We've only got the first episode up right now. The second episode will drop on Tuesday. It's called the Local Comic Podcast, and we're doing the what's called the Absolute Show. And we're just covering the DC Absolute Universe, anything that has to do with it, releases, news, anything, new outfits, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're covering it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I have a Whatnot store. I don't do as many streams as much as I used to. But there's still stuff up there. So if you guys are looking for something, maybe there's something up there you're interested in. But yeah, same handle. But yeah, I'm not as active on it, but there is still stuff up there. So yeah, the YouTube channel is just at Trek Wars Comics. So yeah.
There you go, man. I listened to the first episode. It was wonderful. I got through the whole thing. I had stopped after the Absolute Wonder Woman talk. It was a great first episode, guys.
It was long. A lot of spoilers in the first episode.
Dude, but for your first episode, you guys look like you've been doing this for years, man. And before we get to the big, stuff, the big giveaway, Cliff, I definitely want to hear from you. Let the people know, because Cliff is always wonderful to have conversations with, and you could hear more of his conversations somewhere else. Tell them.
Yes, you can join me for Comics and Coffee with Cliff Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, where I just chat with people all over our great community about wonderful things. I also have Comics and Cocktails with Cliff, which is going to be an evening mirror event, which I'm trying to get a handle on that situation, because I feel like I've been doing most of the drinking, except last episode. John's Comics with Kids was great, and he made the mutant mojito better than I did, and it was wonderful. But you can look forward to that. I'm going to try and bring a game show or two back to my channel. It's just that those are just exhausting to put together, but they're amazing. And of course, you can check me out with unboxings, whatever. You can also find me on the Council of Comics at 5 p.m. on Sundays, 8 p.m. on Mondays, 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. We've got a tremendous giveaway this month happening because we've reached 1,000 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. It includes this Daredevil 94 slab.
Excuse me. You get the big screen. Look at that.
It includes this slab. There's a 1 in 25 foil House of Slaughter #1 that's included, 9.8. There's blank cover Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman #1s, all first print in there, and much, much more. So tune in on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays for your chance to win a duck. Mondays and Wednesdays for a chance to win a duck. And of course, to see who wins at the end of the month. It is our biggest monthly giveaway this year.
There you go. And I agree with JSS Brooklyn. Cliff's show is great. It's so great that when I'm sick, he actually does my show without telling me, and it turns out very good.
Listen, I was very well intentioned.
He killed it.
I was very playful, and I just copy and pasted, and apparently my copy and pasting and tagging went a little too far, and I'm really sorry. But we had a really great time, and I hope you enjoyed it.
He saved my night that day because I was like, okay, what am I gonna do now?
Dude,
And there it was. Bruce
Wow.
was there.
I was getting messages. People are like, "Oh, yo, you're done YouTube." I'm like, "What?"
I'm like, there's no done for YouTube. I said he's sick. Like everything I wrote, I was like, yo, my boy's sick tonight. Can I do it? Like it was.
He
like,
did
I
everything
was
great.
Playful,
Yeah,
you know?
Except he didn't have the guitar riff. That's it. That's the only thing he didn't have. But he did everything
But in
awesome.
the meantime, I'm trying to be playful, and people are DMing him. Yo, bro, are you dying? Why is Cliff doing your show? You know,
It was great. It was hilarious.
it's like, is Cliff going to join us on Covrprice this week? Is something you want to know? You know, I'm like, oh my gosh.
I love it, man. Don't ever change. All right. Let me get the tab for you guys. We're gonna do the giveaway now. We got 56 people here, 31 entries. What's going on?
Make sure
guys?
you're hitting that like.
Yeah, man.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Karma.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Like and subscribe. But 31, I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. I'm gonna give it a 3-second count. Y'all ready? We're gonna go 3. Oh, we got Gregory who just popped in. Let's see if that picks up. Unless he did it before. So all right. I think he did. He may have done it earlier. Anyways, we're gonna get it going. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's see who wins it. I don't got drumsticks. We're going with the hands, guys. Give me some. Give me some. And it's going to Fostered Comics. Congratulations, man. Yo, congrats to you. But real big shout out goes to, of course, Love for Comics. He held that slab for a solid, what, 6 minutes?
Your arm is going to be asleep, brother.
20 minutes.
Yeah, man.
I have my arm on the table, so it was like propped up.
So
All right, listen, real quick. Tank Foster Comics. Let me just tell you something about him. He runs a charity, and it all goes to foster kids. He does a show. Actually, I rate into his show on Tuesdays. Amazing individual doing stuff for the kids and his community. So I'm glad this came out to him. Actually, he was a big winner too recently in one of my shows. So, Tank, I got your address. I'm gonna send this out to you.
That's awesome, man. Because I was gonna say, dude, if you don't know each other, definitely check out Love for Comics on Instagram. Exactly, karma pays off. I had no idea about that. You said he does this every Tuesday?
Well, he does a couple shows, but I rate into his show on Tuesday nights when I'm done with mine. And the reason why we do it is because of what he does. Foster kids. He works with foster kids, you know, and it all goes to the foster kids.
And this is all on Whatnot.
Whatnot, yeah.
That's amazing, guys. Look, if you're using Whatnot, please go check it out. It's Fostered Comics. Congratulations. Yeah, hold it for Tuesday. That's amazing. Yeah,
save me shipping.
Yeah, couldn't have happened to a better person. I agree, man. Guys, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. We're going to keep these fire episodes coming, man, every week. I know it's the holiday season up and coming. We should be sharing nothing but love, not just at this time of year, but all year round. Spend the time with your families, your loved ones. If you're wondering where I will be, well, this Tuesday, I'm going to be on the top 10 over at Covrprice. But then we're going on a little break. So there's going to be no top 10, no shakers up until, I believe, January 2nd or possibly the 7th. I don't know what the actual details are, but just so you guys are aware, there's going to be a 2-week break. But every Sunday, even during those weeks, I will be back. So you can find me next Sunday, the Sunday after that, and the Sunday after that one, live, bringing you guys these types of episodes. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you're catching, and Cliff, if you're catching the replay, please comment below. Let us know what you guys thought, especially with, you know, the new comic book day stuff. I feel like I could have gone even more to touch on that topic, but I think we said enough. I appreciate Pacino for being the guest tonight, and you guys hopping on to really surprise us as being guests as well. Love for Comics, your first appearance. TJ, now live on YouTube, doing his thing every week with what's his name again?
Phil.
Rebel
Recess.
Yeah, so you know, go check that out. And Cliff, I want to say I saw you coming. I want to say that I had a feeling with an open invite you were coming, and I'm happy you did. So thank you so much for coming to hang out. Guys, that's it for tonight. We will see you next Sunday. Adios.